Hello everyone, welcome to Juggz.
Are we in?
We're in.
He looks like a robot.
We're joined by Peter the Falcon Calissimo.
He's an eye.
He's an eye.
Oh my God, Magnus the Red. Hi, Pete.
Hi Pete, great to have you here.
Oh, well, I'm wonderful to be here.
For people who don't know, Pete's all the way over from Canada. Way all the way over? Is that right?
That's way all the way over.
From Canada.
Canada.
Yes.
And
Canadian stands, that's all we need to know.
I know, and he's joining us on the show today. Thanks for being here.
Well, I couldn't resist the opportunity.
It's a good opportunity.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Waving.
Hello.
Especially as you've got absolutely nothing to sell, talk about. Like, you've got lots to talk about.
I mean,
Wow,
even
Rob.
if I did have something to sell, you know me, I wouldn't
He's
sell
selling
it.
his
I'm
sparkling personality, and I'm buying. So get fucked.
Wow,
we're leading
that's
with
an aggressive start.
really aggressive.
Don't worry, Rob can bleep it.
I was told this was a very calming podcast.
He never
Yeah.
bleeps
He
anything.
He never bleeps anything.
never
I
bleeps
try
anything.
my hardest to bleep as much as possible.
He's going to fix my mic. the
Also, yeah, we can
entire
actually,
show.
we know him, so we can tell him off for the mic etiquette. Usually with our guests, after like 5 minutes, they're like, anyway.
Oh, yeah. No, this is just going to happen, and you can tell me off. It's
We
perfectly
will.
acceptable.
We will.
Well,
tell
actually,
you
me and Pete, to loop everyone in, me and Pete have been we've made videos for several years together.
Yes. When did we start the Adjacent Show? 2019? End of 2019?
Something like that, yeah.
Right just before COVID, and then, like, yeah.
Yeah, for a bunch of stuff. But you've actually made content about Warhammer for a long time.
Yeah, since early 2018 was kind of... I actually started the very tail end of 2017, but I was just doing stuff for other people because I didn't know better, and then started doing it on my own, and then 2018, yeah.
Nice.
Well, there's loads of cool stuff. I want to talk about that more in detail.
Sounds good.
But how are you both? Louise, how are you?
I'm all right.
Yeah, nice.
All right.
Nice. We won't get into big stuff right now. But
Yeah,
just
I know. That's why I'm just like, I'm okay.
Have you fallen for the Labubu craze yet?
No, but
Oh, I've heard
like,
about these, the
so,
Labubus.
like, I'm real fucking pissed off.
Oh,
Okay,
Right?
wow.
I'm real.
Wow.
All right.
My stones have
Too
been
expletives in the
tumbled.
first 5 minutes.
okay.
I'm real upset.
Let's
because,
talk about this.
So, like, all the Boise Pops, and this has always been a problem, all
Yeah.
the Boise Pops are, like, making fun of the, like, girly pops Labubu girlies, right? Bear with me,
Are we
Peachy.
making fun?
Yes, like, all the boys are like, oh, those girls are so stupid. Oh, so stupid for liking Labubus. Like, oh, they're so useless. Like, ugh. And then they fucking collect Warhammer.
Whoa.
Like,
Okay, my thing is, why don't they make a rule set so I can battle my Labubus against
actually,
each
fair.
other?
Yeah, valid.
If there was like an RPG
Valid.
Built around Labubus, I'd be 100%.
Yeah, can you please?
La Battle Boos.
Yeah, the battle booze.
The battle
For
boos.
those that don't know, what is a Labubu?
A Labubu is so like, okay, this is a long story.
Oh, God. Make it short.
Okay.
Skip to the end.
Short story long. So
It's
essentially,
the
like,
Beanie Baby of 2025.
that's actually a really good way of describing it.
That's
but
what it
there's
is.
a whole like culture war within the girly pops community of trinkets.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's a
And it's-
trinket culture war.
And it's also tied in with the a huge thing that's happened in the past couple of years has been the kind of blind box, blind bag kind of release, hasn't there?
yeah.
Which is also a huge portion of it. So
Yeah.
like it's like the in thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Pokemon cards of the girl world.
Yeah. So
Oh.
it's Pokemon cards, but for girly pops.
It
Yeah.
reminded me. Asda,
Yeah.
get your shit sorted.
Whoa,
Our scalpers,
that's a local supermarket.
No,
it's like
no.
Walmart.
No, it is owned by Walmart.
Oh,
Actually.
it's owned by
Is
Walmart.
it?
Yeah.
Asda, fuck off.
Fuck you, Asda.
So right.
Fuck you.
Lego
you.
minifigures. You get
Yes.
them in cardboard boxes, not little blind bags, because
Yeah.
I used to be able to feel the blind
Yeah,
bag. You're
yeah.
like, oh, that was a fun game. She was like,
Yeah, but the
that
cardboard's
feels like
like
the gun from that
recyclable.
one, but it's the head from. Oh, it could be this one or it could be that one. It was a good fun game. Me and Mrs. Peach used to
Yeah,
all the time.
yeah.
They do them in cardboard boxes now, but as we found out, you got a website that does QR codes.
You can scan them.
Asda puts them in big, chunky plastic boxes and then gets a Sharpie and colours out the QR code.
I think it's because now Peachy, not
What a dick move.
everyone's like me and you. So the problem is that there are people within the Lego community who have just been going to every single shop just to get the one miniature that sells most on eBay.
Oh,
So
bastards.
not everyone's like me and
Scalpers,
you, where
we hate ya.
well they're like, oh, I want to collect the 6 ones that I like
Is
best.
this why I struggle to get the Wolf Knight?
Yeah, the Wolf Knight is the exact one. The Wolf Knight is the
I
exact
wanted the
because
Wolf
I've
Knight.
been
You
I've
bought
been
on
trying
eBay.
to.
Well, I didn't. I found one in the end, but
Well, because like the Wolf Knight. Because remember when this is the new collection of Lego blind boxes came out, and I sent Peachy it, and I was like, all of them suck except for the Wolf Knight. Which is true. The Wolf Knight turned out to be the one that everyone also had that opinion on.
Yeah.
So people have just been going to they'll go to like 100 shops in a day and just buy only the Wolf Knight, and they're scalpers. So actually, Asda's probably trying to do a good thing by giving people a chance to get the Wolf
didn't
Knight.
feel like it.
But,
Yeah, at the time.
but for people like
And it didn't
us,
help your eBay sales, did it, Pete?
No, it did not. they plummeted, Rob. They plummeted.
but for people like
I was
us,
only able to shift 250 Wolf Knights that day.
Jesus fucking Christ. But for people like us who genuinely just want the one that we want, it does kind of suck.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
at the same time, scalpers.
You always come in with like the reason. I hate this about you, Louise.
Actually,
She's
I
always
know,
got,
I
like,
know. Rob hates it too. Rob's like, I just want to dunk on someone, and I'm like, well, everyone's got their own personal opinion on things. It's really annoying.
I just think Asda sounds like a fucking terrible company. So
It's
fuck
actually,
off.
it's actually
them.
quite good because they do some good competitive pricing with other companies.
Yeah, but they're also owned by Walmart. They're also owned by Walmart,
But they're
and they
owned
don't
by
pay their staff
Walmart.
properly.
Oh,
They
okay.
can't be good.
They
Okay.
literally
they're a
can't be.
Walmart. We're
Basically
a Walmart
slave
family.
traders.
So I went to Chicago years ago when it was like Games Day Chicago.
Yes,
And
I
Chicago.
agree.
we wanted to go to a proper Walmart on the
Yeah.
sort of strip mall kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we did. We went to Taco Bell because I'd watched enough Demolition Man. I was like, I want to go to a
I
Taco
like
Bell.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell was quite nice.
I
I had a
like
great
Taco
time.
Bell.
The thing I found with Walmart was it was like Asda, but the opposite. You have like Asda has a big food aisle,
Yeah.
massive amounts of food, bakeries and stuff like that. Small closed section called George, and then like a couple of
Our
toys.
closed
Yeah.
section's
You
called
go to
George.
Walmart, it's the opposite of that. Tiny food section, massive gun rack in the middle.
What?
Okay,
Yeah.
that's American. I'm Canadian. We don't do the gun
That
rack.
Got a load of
escalated.
t-shirts, from there, but the clothing area was huge, and there was this massive sort of like what I call the Alamo in the middle, and it was just cabinets of guns, and I was like,
That's an
oh,
American
this is
thing for
different.
sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Why?
Do you have any Lego?
Have you got any Bionicle?
You got any Bionicle?
Like
Some
Canadian
Bionicles.
Walmart, it's like a little food section,
Uh-huh.
giant George section. We love.
Do you have a George?
We do.
Is it called George?
It's called George.
I thought
across
we
the
were
board.
being whimsical
No.
little Brits that our like section was called George.
Somebody who's Georgish is
Georgish.
runs that whole business, and so
Crazy.
we have a giant George section, and then just a little bit of everything else when we come to our
Yeah.
Walmarts have
Walmarts.
Georges.
Yeah,
There you
You've
go.
blown her mind,
yeah.
There you go.
I thought we were freaks, like calling our bakeries Greg.
Greg.
I thought that was just an us thing.
They're just an us thing.
Well, we are a colony, so it's like 100% possible that we were just like, well, we have to
are.
call it that.
We're all up in the club. We're all a colony. in the club. We're all a colony. We all colonies.
Mr. El Pasho, what have you been up to this week?
I wanna
Ooh,
know.
What
I
have I
wanna
been up to?
know.
What have I been up to? I've been editing a video for Modifius.
Whoa.
They've
Okay.
got a game
Whoa.
coming out. Oh, it's out now. It's on the Kickstarter
Yeah,
called
yeah.
Hard War.
Hard
Me
War.
and Dan unsupervised, Dan
Yeah.
from...
Oh, no way.
Yeah, we played a game at UKGE, which was great fun.
Oh, that's why you were asking for the footage. I got no footage of you two doing
it's
that.
fine,
I
'cause
would
you
have
took
been
a couple
away.
of little videos and stuff, and I had some photos, but some of my videos I thought I'd taken more than I actually had.
No, it's
but it
always
was
the
enough.
case.
It was enough. It was just I just needed some like a picture of us just playing the game. That's all I needed. But it's like a mech game. So imagine Epic, that kind of scale. So it's 6 mil, but it's like a skirmish version of it. So it's like really small sort of space, really quick fire game.
Hardly any painting.
The harder, exactly.
Which is great.
So that's kind of where I'm pitching at the moment. But yeah, I just paint up like 2 little
Amazing.
task force squadrons. What are they called?
Okay. So is there like a launch box?
Yeah. So the Kickstarter is
Hard War.
Hard War. Or
Soft launching.
Yeah, soft launching the Hard War.
Soft launching.
Can we
the
talk
hard
about
war.
Hard War as a title? I think that's okay to say.
What's wrong with it?
So it stands for
What's wrong with it?
hardware warfare.
Oh,
Hardware warfare, so much cooler.
that's a much better
That's
name. I just need everyone to know.
It is.
Hardware warfare.
I mean, it is.
No offense,
You
Minifians,
expect it to
but
be a tongue twister, and it's not.
No,
it's
it's
actually
hardware
fun.
what we
warfare.
are.
Hardware warfare.
Yeah, you know,
that's much better.
When you
like
say
it.
it does roll off the tongue better.
It
'cause
does.
When I say, "Oh, I'm having a bit of a
Hardware
hard war today,"
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know. I don't hate hard.
It depends how you say it, I
Yeah.
guess.
Say it.
I'm having a hard war.
Oh, honey. Oh, baby.
Nope, not like this. Not like this, guys.
I wish I had that problem, Rob, at my age.
See what I mean? Maybe they want that. Maybe they're like, okay, a whiteboard meeting in the boardroom. They're like, okay, new war game. What do people like? Dick jokes,
Boners.
boss. dick jokes.
Yeah,
They like as many dick jokes as they can get. You're like, nice.
Yeah.
We'll call
Hard
it penis
war.
cannon.
They're
No,
like,
penis cannon does not work.
Showbusters is quite good.
And then hard war. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
one of the tanks is called Longinius.
Really?
He's the hardest
What's the first
warrior.
expansion? The ball sack divers.
I'm not going to comment because I want to get paid.
Please let Peachy have his sponsor. Please.
Well, this will be out after, so
Oh
it's
no,
fine.
that's also
You're free.
That's also on the whiteboard. They're like as many dick jokes as possible. Like, okay, no problem. Hard war. Who should we get to promote it? Peachy. He'll make dick jokes. Yeah,
He knows what we're about.
he knows what we're after.
Literally underscore.
Yeah, underscore.
This guy's our target audience. 100%.
Is it a fun game?
Yeah, it's really fun. It had a weird mechanic. Me and Dan, it took us a couple of turns to get it. But what they do is there's no like max range, minimum range. You basically look at the thing. If you can see it, you can shoot it. And what you have to do is you have to measure, as you normally would in a game. So how far away is a number that you're going to need. So let's say it's 12 inches away. That's a number you're going to need to hit on the dice. But then if it's behind cover, if it's like 1 inch cover, that adds 1. And then you have something called a defense, and that might add
Okay.
about 3. So then you add
Okay.
3 to that. So you basically add in a bunch of numbers. So let's say it becomes, so you've added 4 to 12. 16 is your number. You might roll like 4 dice. You've got to roll those 4 dice. And if it adds up to 16,
You did it.
you cause a wound on it.
Okay.
However, if the opponent also has dice, they roll it. If any of their numbers match your numbers, you have to take those numbers away. So it makes it a little bit. So it's a very different rule mechanic. But once you get your head around it, it's like actually it's quite good fun. It's a little bit different, a little bit of a mini game with the dice. But yeah, it took me a couple of turns to get
Figure
my
it
head
out.
around
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So I thought I'd cover that in the video. Like I really struggled with this rule, but then I got it and I quite like
I'm
it.
not gonna lie. As someone who doesn't like counting and numbers, I would probably need a little bit of help.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was there.
Doing
like,
it quickly as
yeah.
well
This is
the-
like my favorite thing.
Really?
I love numbers.
Do you? We're like
Ooh.
opposite people.
We are. Well, I mean, like, I walked in here today.
Yeah.
I've never been in England in my life. And some guy looked at me and he's like, hey, do you want to buy a book? And I was like, I guess so.
He didn't even say that. You were just like, that's a nice book.
Yeah. And then he was like, well, it's about a biblical apocalypse RPG. And I was like, you've said like 8 words that I love.
Yeah,
So
what
let's
is it
do
you said you studied?
Biblical eschatology.
What's
was-
eschatology? That was the word I wanted you
it's
to
the
say.
study of the end times.
Oh
No.
wow! So
Yeah.
perfect
That's
game for you.
fucking cool.
Yeah, and so this guy who
Tell
I've never
me
met
more.
in my life.
Chris.
So I'm in the Christian
Chris from
fandom.
Caesar Inc.
So of course it's gonna
Chris
be
from
Doomsong.
Scissoring.
Doomsong.
Some Caesar inks.
Well, I was told scissoring, and I
Okay,
think it's a
fair.
much better
Scissoring,
company name.
yeah. We
Yeah,
like
it is
that.
a better name.
It's a
actually.
better name,
Scissors.
actually.
I know, actually, scissoring would be even like playing on the word.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, like
Let
I'm
him know.
a-
Let him know.
Yeah, I'll let them know. I'll
Change
let them
it up.
know.
Tell me more about your studies. That's so cool.
Well,
it's
also,
actually
also I
cool.
want you guys to know that Pete's my hero because he is a wizard in a tower that controls planes.
Well, I do
And
my
stops
best.
them from
Are you a
crashing.
traffic controller?
I am an air traffic controller.
Wow.
Yeah,
that-
that's-
I mean, I looked at a pitch the other day, and the amount of planes in the air in one time freaked the living daylights out of me.
sometimes there can be, yeah, and sometimes
Sometimes
Well,
it can be. Sometimes there's one less,
Actually,
and we
it's-
don't talk about those times.
Warhammer got me my job in air traffic control,
What do you
and air traffic control got me into the 40k stats thing.
How
so
does
it
that
all
work?
played together.
How did Warhammer get you a job in?
Yeah, let's switch
We're
a little
way
bit.
off
We'll get
track.
back to
We'll come back to eschatology later, I guess. Yeah, so you know, I was doing like menial, like project management work in my little city in New Brunswick. Hated my job, and one the hobby I picked up when I had kids was Warhammer. I kind of picked it up as just a thing to do. And so I went into the local game store one day, and there's probably like 30 of us that would come in every week and play.
quite a lot.
It was a lot.
That's quite a lot actually for a little town.
Yeah, and this one guy, Rob, he and I had scheduled a game. Yeah, Rob Wilson,
Not me.
this
Not,
Rob.
Different
not Rob, but I
And,
just like hearing Rob's
We sat
name.
and played, and he's like, "Man, you look like you're pretty sour." I was like, "I just fucking hate my job, and I wish I could do anything else." And he's like, "Well, I'm an air traffic controller, and you could 100% do my job. So here's
That's
our
a
website."
wild thing to say.
And I was like, "What the fuck is happening?" And he's like, "You've got an analytical mind. You're better at Warhammer than me.
Give it
Just
a go.
apply, and I will get you in." And that's what happened. I applied. 2 years later, they flew me out to almost the Arctic for my first tower. And so yeah,
First tower, he's a wizard.
so I got to sit in an air traffic control tower on the border of the Northwest Territories and talk to planes, but we didn't get a lot of planes.
Really fucking far away, Peach.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
yeah, like
it's like
explain
going
how
past
far
Scotland.
away it is. It's like
past
it is,
Scotland.
There's
like,
stuff past Scotland.
No, like what I mean is,
That's
like
not-
how far?
The real north?
How far would Toronto to yours to be as a
it's
drive?
Svalbard territory.
Drive?
To drive.
Oh, it would have. It's
8
multiple
hours.
days. It's like a 4 or 5 day
No.
drive to get from Toronto Toronto to where I lived.
Wow.
Yeah,
See, I
yeah.
know where Toronto
I
is.
thought it was like 16 hours
That's
top.
pretty fucking far.
No. Like to get from where I
Wow.
lived in New Brunswick to where I ended up working, it was a 5-day drive if you went straight. Like you
That's
just didn't sleep.
insane.
So you were in a little town, right?
A town of 3,000 people called High Level, Alberta, on the border of the Northwest
High Level.
Territories.
And then how many? Was there a Warhammer store in the town?
We had a Warhammer store.
That's crazy.
So I eventually picked up a bunch of miniatures hobbies because I just loved the concept.
Yeah.
And when I was moving, I just kind of Googled does anybody do anything in this town of nobody? And there was a little Warhammer club.
That's crazy.
Called
Is
Grey
it-
Dog Wargaming. Shout out, guys. And
Is it the furthest north Warhammer? Like, what is the furthest
Well,
north
there's an
Warhammer
event
shop?
in Norway. I don't. I think it's
probably
not.
those
Yeah, I think
guys.
there's.
Surely not Norway.
Yeah,
Surely
there's
it's
a
yours.
place
No,
called the
it was-
Frozen North Masters.
That's
and
fun.
it's pretty.
Yeah, it's
Frozen.
really north.
But yeah.
Anyway.
And they had a little high school that the vice principal loved Warhammer
No
and
way.
Magic the Gathering. And
What
so
a
he worked with Games Workshop and created, I think he was the first, they did a thing for schools for a while.
Yeah, schools league
He
thing,
was the
yeah.
first one.
Oh, really?
So he set it up with them, and so they had this
Amazing.
little store where all the high school students would sell 40K stuff.
Yeah.
And so I ended up playing Warhammer up there, sitting in my tower all alone in the middle of the winter. I heard a podcast where Val Heffelfinger was talking about
Friend of the show.
was talking
Friend
about
of the
40K
show.
stats and how nobody did them, and he wished someone did because all the competitive players were the only people that knew how to play the game at the utmost level. And I was like, I've got a lot of spare time, and I like math, so I'm
You
just
like
gonna
math.
do that.
Yeah.
And that's my story into both 40K and air traffic
It's
control.
the coolest one.
Yeah.
I think, being a plane wizard in a
I
tower in
think wizards-
Svalbard.
I'm going to look at playing traffic controllers now as wizards in town.
Yeah, for sure.
because he's
I think-
controlling the planes and stopping them from
Yeah, he's-
crashing in a tower.
And he has no
he's
sort of stick or anything. He's using his mind.
Basically,
really fun-
I
Yes.
am often standing, pointing at things and
Yeah.
hoping for the best.
It was
Yeah.
wizard.
Yeah,
Wizard.
it'd be a really fun
And I talk
roguelike.
so fast that some people don't know what I'm saying.
And
So
it's
like it all.
also my favorite type of wizard that stops planes from crashing.
One of the favorites.
I mean,
Yeah.
Of all the wizards, that's
of
the
all
one
the
I
editions
would.
of D&D that they've come out with, the air traffic wizard is by far the most powerful.
I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. They're my favorite.
How are dragons to control?
Dragons are very difficult to
Yeah.
control.
Yeah, I thought as much.
we should come back to asking Pete more questions.
I
but
do wanna
to
ask him more
bring
questions.
you back to where you were.
Oh,
gosh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that's where we were. I don't know if you
I know,
remember.
we just got distracted.
That was about 4 years
biblical
ago.
eschatology and air traffic
I
control.
want to talk about best book.
What do you want to talk about, Louise?
Biblical
Wait, Louise, no
apocalypses.
one help. Louise, what do you want to ask about?
Jesus.
I can talk about Jesus too, but I think we're going into a weird podcast
Correct
at that
answer.
point.
A weird podcast.
Jeebus in the end times.
Jesus in the end times.
That was quite a cool story.
It does sound cool. Anyway.
So
Sorry,
it's okay. You finished this video.
Oh yeah.
You've enjoyed the process?
About hard and war.
Yeah, hard
yeah,
war.
I've enjoyed it. It was a long one this week actually. I don't know why I really struggled. I've had a weird thing with my audio as well. Again, got a new
Classic.
cable. That's all fine, but at one point during the filming, it gets really high pitched, and I've not been able to get rid of it. So there's a small section where I've only got 10, 12 seconds of it happening. So I do apologise,
strange.
anyone watching.
We've had a really nice fellow reach out. He used to do some audio for Rooster Teeth.
Okay.
What's Rooster Teeth?
It's like just
You don't know who Rooster Teeth is?
I don't know a
No,
lot of
same.
things.
Same.
Rooster Teeth was a very large YouTube channel,
What
one of the
do they
biggest in
do?
the world.
they're just an audio engineer. They've offered to
I
help.
know, but what did Rooster Teeth do?
A lot of stuff. They were mostly video game reviews for a while,
Oh,
and
fun.
comedy. They did a ton of comedy videos. That was kind of
Well, there you go. Oh, we should get him on because my audio kind of sucks too right
Well,
now.
he's just offering to help remotely, I think.
Yeah, I mean that's what I meant. Get him on remotely.
Yeah, get him remotely to help out with the
exactly
audio.
what I said.
Purchase
Yeah.
him.
So that's nice. So we should whinge about
should.
more of our technical issues in the future.
My
Yeah,
tummy
yeah.
hurts.
Here's a cold pillow.
Help
If
me.
anyone in Nottingham is a
Does that
G-
help?
Apparently.
if anyone in England is a GP, I'd love to see one.
Oh my god! If there's any private doctors that thinks Rob's hot, just hit us up because Rob's also not been feeling.
You don't
good.
even have to think he's hot. I think
I
they
don't
just
know,
I
I
need,
think
you to
it's
know, I need you to know temperature-wise, I'm really hot.
Hot as in damn, or hot as in I'm dying.
Yeah, I'm
Hot as
dying.
in
Oh,
he's
right. Yeah, I
dying,
just-
but also.
I'd love to see a
Dang.
GP.
but also damn.
Can't
Yeah,
imagine.
He's the hard war.
Rob's been
He's the
struggling
hardcore.
because Rob never goes to the doctor.
No,
So Rob's
He's an
not.
idiot like me.
Do you not go to the doctor either?
What's the point? They look at you and go, "You're not dying of cancer."
Oh my god!
That's literally what happened to me
to
at the
Twice to
walk-in
me.
centre
Yeah, yeah.
2
So
days ago.
I've always had really good experiences with the doctor, but I think I am quite optimistic, and I probably had terrible experiences and gone, that was great. But seeing what Rob's been going through this week has been horrible because Rob's been feeling sick for about a month now.
It doesn't matter. Let's move on.
It matters so much.
But it doesn't matter for the podcast.
Oh, but I just want to say that you're
all
just
we need to say is if you are a GP, please see me. But please don't come near me. I'm too hot.
He is weirdly warm. It's
He
could be going through his perimenopause.
He's ill.
Yeah, that's me. I am hitting the
you're
menopause.
menopause.
Yeah, thank God.
it's leprosy or menopause.
Yeah,
I like
it's one
that
of
you
the
worked
two.
it out from a hug. You diagnosed it.
Well, that's a
one of
good
those-
diagnosis. You
I
are a
watched
wizard.
all of House
He's a wizard.
2 months ago, so I know everything.
There are people who can
It's lupus.
smell
It's
illnesses, aren't there?
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
can smell illnesses.
Dogs can. I can.
Yeah.
Sometimes you smell sick.
Okay, all right. We're moving on from this
You smell
conversation.
sick.
So,
It's the rot.
Other than
Hard war.
Hard War, what else have you been up to?
I've done some fun things with War Games Atlantic as well.
Okay,
so,
fun.
Oh yeah, your best friends now.
yeah,
They're
Oh
best
yeah,
friends
your
with
best
them.
friend.
Yeah.
Do you know about
Very
this? So,
No, tell me more.
Did you?
So
have you-
essentially, Peachy had imagine all your dreams come true.
Yes.
Peachy had that last week.
That would be terrifying
Because-
for me. But
because there was a famous show in England in the 90s called Sharp
sharp.
that
okay.
featured Sean Bean as an 18th century soldier in the Napoleonic Wars.
I agree.
Okay, right. So it's a great TV show. You've not watched it, like
No,
you won't
I-
watch Peep Show, like I've told you to.
I watched some Peep Show.
Okay.
What's that look for?
I fucking love Peep Show.
Oh, right. It's like you're scorning him for watching Peep Show.
No, I
It
love
takes me a
Peep Show.
while to get into
I love it. I
something.
love it. I love it.
And also, because I can't tell you, so someone's offered me a book deal this week.
For Peep Show?
Not for Peep Show.
Oh, well, fuck it.
Whoa,
What was
book
that?
deal?
What was those books that we looked at the other week where it was like all my homies are gay
Oh,
grasshoppers?
that dude. Yeah,
Oh,
we're talking
yeah.
about him. Oh, what's
Yeah.
his
Is it
name?
like that? But would they just? Oh, are you finally writing the romantasy story with
Oh
Radagast?
my god. That's big money these days.
I know,
Every woman
fantasy romantasy.
Radagast.
every
What's the
woman
book?
I know is into romantasies now. It's
Yeah.
like the whole thing.
It's a
Rob,
huge
I
thing.
need to know what is. Are you doing Mills
What's
and
the
Boone?
title? Is it receiving massive backshots by
The
Radagast?
hottest wargamer. And the sweaty cleft.
Huge undead backshots from Radagast.
Magnus and the giant back shots. You're a monster. Okay.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Brings a whole new term
Grounded
to
and
goblin for me,
pounded by-
really.
I think that's why we started with the hard war thing. Rob was a little upset. It was part of the title.
Yeah, that was actually. It's actually the title was Hard War. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
The title-
fuck. This
Hard
thing
war,
can't-
a backshot story.
Can you have one called Big Knobs and Mega Goblin?
Big Knobs and Mega Gobs! It's like Bed Knobs and Broomsticks, but better.
Angela Lansbury, there we go.
There we go. We
Full
got her
circle.
in. Yeah, we're a big Angela Lansbury fan. Don't
I'm
bring-
massive.
I don't want her doing any Mega Goblin if that's okay.
Mind Goblin.
Mind Goblin. No,
Mind
that's
Goblin.
worse.
These
So,
nuts.
okay, are we just workshopping titles for the books now?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Anyway, book deal. Tell us.
So you got a book deal.
No, the only reason I mentioned it is because if you'd watch Peep Show, then I'd watch Peep Show. I could say, well, I don't want to get business secrets of the Fair Road. Yeah, which is a funny episode where the main character, Mark, has like a scammy, like...
Someone offers him a book deal for him to write his dream book, which is Business Secrets of the Pharaohs. And it's like
It's amazing.
the fucking worst book ever. But they keep like gassing him up and they're like, yeah, this is incredible. We're going to do like a massive book launch. And they like print it out on printer paper. And then it's just him at a pub with like a table and no one comes to his book launch and he got scammed. And it's really, but I would genuinely, unironically read Business Secrets
Yeah.
of the Pharaohs.
Yeah, me
Actually
too.
sounds like an audiobook.
You
I
like
would read.
Egyptology,
I
so
love
yeah.
it.
Yeah, Ramesses III and the internet.
How Ramesses III would thrive in the age of the internet and e-commerce. Like, gears it.
Anyway, someone really sweet has reached out and has offered. Well, actually, they want Louise to also do a book, but they're also like, oh, maybe Rob. It's a bit like everything that happens. They reach out to Louise and they go, and Juggz is here.
I just want to say, any of you fucks, if I go on Amazon and I see a book that's called Hard War Backshots Edition or anything like that, I know it was you.
Hard war, back shots.
But I mean, there's quite a lot of interesting stuff. The Dice Men book did very, very well.
Yeah?
If anyone doesn't know, which is the story of how Games Workshop kind of came to be the corporate monster that it is now.
Yeah,
Have you read it?
I know, I'm aware of it. Yeah.
I really wanted it, but I never picked it up. I don't know why.
Oh, well, then I will buy you a copy.
You're going to buy me it? Thank you.
Birthday prezi.
Yeah.
I don't know how to read.
On your account.
You can afford it.
For you. From you to you. Congratulations.
Those are actually kind of fun presents, actually. I don't hate
But
that.
if you've not read it, the quick TLDR about the book is about the early days of Games Workshop. And then the bit where, which most people don't know, because it's kind of like, is when it got turned into the corporate machine that it is now. Because there was that, and the break off to Foundry and the group of people that went away and basically got bought out, which is why, if people don't know, like me and Pete are going to go to Warhammer World tomorrow.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. And I'm going to see if
Lou's coming too.
And
And Louise is coming, obviously. But I was going to see if maybe we could speed run over to Foundry.
I'd love to go to Foundry.
But it is quite far.
Yeah.
But it's
quite
such
far.
a... Oh, you're right.
But,
and I have
but
so
the
much
cool thing
work
about
to do.
Foundry is all of those classic White Dwarf minis, like the limousine for the GNC Lacoste and everything.
Yeah.
It's all just on a shelf,
there.
and you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
see it all.
Yeah,
which
their
is just-
miniature collection's the coolest thing in the world, especially if you're like me and you like little silly miniatures.
But that's where they broke apart, and they cover that in the Dice
Is that like
book.
Brian Ansell moving away?
Yeah, it's that whole period of time. But it's interesting. Since then, there's not where Dice Men left off. There's a really good story, especially.
Have you read it?
No, I've watched quite a lot of it, and I'm a huge Jordan Sorcery fan.
Yes.
Oh,
Good
has
old
he?
Jordan
Oh, we love
Sorcerer.
Jordan.
And he's
Shout out
covered
to
it.
Jordan
He's covered it
Sorcery,
and talked
so.
about it in some pretty.
I don't know
good
you,
content.
Jordan. You
He's
sound
really cool.
fantastic.
He's really cool. He's a YouTuber who
Also a
is
wizard.
like a war and a wizard.
He's like a Warhammer historian.
Yeah, he's a Warhammer
Okay.
historian, which obviously is also, and he loves Old Hammer. So obviously he's also like what I want to do with my life. He's
What are his
great.
thoughts on backshots?
Loves them.
Yeah. I can ask. I've got a.
Absolutely fucking loves it.
Without hesitation. No, I don't know.
Well, too late.
Jeez.
It's out there now.
He's looking
Jordan.
at doing a little. He used to do a show where you like do like a not a book club but a film club. So I'm going to do one next week.
He's
with him,
super smart.
Where he watches he recommends a film to me to watch
Okay.
that has like Warhammer sort of influences in
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So it's Brotherhood of the Wolf.
Yeah.
that I've got to watch. And he's like,
Never heard
what
of
film should I watch that is your pick? Because I'm like Flash Gordon because it's freaking cool.
I freaking
It is
love
cool.
Flash
Love Flash
Gordon.
Gordon.
Flash Gordon is cool.
Flash Gordon is really
It's cool.
Brother of the Wolf,
And
also
that's,
a good
Flash
movie.
Gordon inspired eventually Nobles that I created
I can see
back in
that.
the day.
Which are now canon.
Which are now canon, yes.
Canon.
Yes, canon. A mix of Napoleonics and Flash Gordon-esque stuff. But yeah, Jordan's really good. I've said this a few times. So many people at head office is convinced he used to work at Games Workshop because he knows
He's such
so
a good
much.
historian.
But he's just good at research. But yeah, there's like people that have been in the business for like years going, how does he know that?
Oh, he's like the Nardwuar of Warhammer.
The what?
Nardwuar.
Nardwuar. What's a Nard?
He's the greatest Canadian reporter of all time.
He might be the greatest reporter of all time.
Yeah,
He's up there with Louis Theroux.
If anyway, like I highly recommend just YouTube Nardwuar.
Oh, I think I know.
He wears
What's he
the
done?
like tam hat and he's got glasses.
He interviews a lot of hip hop
and he,
artists.
well,
That
artists,
I don't. I thought he might be
artists
the
in
French
general.
penguin guy.
And he's
No.
like well known for walking up to musicians and just starting to interview them and then blowing their minds because he just knows like the most ridiculous
Everything.
facts about them. And so you can like look up like Nardwuar blowing people's minds or something, and you'll
Rob
see just
probably
like
loves those
Yeah, I love
things.
Nardwuar.
hours of him just like walking up to like different people and just being like, "Hey, what was it like in 1987 when you were the high school DJ at blah blah blah?" And they're just like, "Who the fuck are
How do you know this?
Yeah,
So
and they're
there's-
like crazy famous people.
There's a trend on TikTok right now which is quite similar, which is like kids casually mentioning in like passive conversation their parents' ex-boyfriends from like
girlfriends,
yeah. Have
Wow.
you seen that? Like, oh, this is worse than that and then their parents will be like, what? Wait. What? And it
What?
just like unlocks their
Yeah.
minds and they're like, what do you mean? Who? What?
How does he know this?
yeah.
What the hell?
It's really funny.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I just wanted to talk about Business Secret Affairs. We're still on Peach.
Oh, God. Yeah, so
You've been doing stuff with War Games Atlantic,
Yeah, so-
90s sharp.
Yeah.
So big deal.
So yeah, last week they
Sorry.
launched a
No,
figure
you
that
did
they're
great.
releasing in September, which is a sharp figure. It's what's really interesting. They're doing like a large scale figure, 54 mil, as well as a
Okay.
28 mil figure
yeah,
in the
that's
same set.
wild.
So they're all plastic.
Yeah.
And they're going to do the other chosen men and stuff. But recently they've asked me to do a bunch of videos from as well. So every month I'm going to do like 2 paint guides for the channel. I'll give them one to my patrons as well. But it's just a bit of fun getting to paint some extra stuff on top of the stuff I already do. At first I thought, is this going to be a bit too much work? But actually the painty side and the editing for the painty stuff is really super quick. It's all like the talky head bits.
Just FYI, War Games Atlantic, not that quick. It's quite slow, actually.
It's quite slow.
It's quite a lot of work.
Well,
He's
it's,
going
it's
to
a bit of
charge
work,
you.
Yeah,
It's quite a lot of work.
It's quick for the other videos I make.
Yeah, for how good you are at making videos.
I wouldn't say
Which
I'm
you
good,
wouldn't be good
but-
at doing if you hadn't put a lot of work in. Therefore,
okay,
you get paid
thanks,
correctly.
Rob. Yeah,
there
cheers.
you go.
Cheers.
Thank you.
He's good at that, isn't he?
But yeah, two a month is not like a
I'm
chore.
going to edit the whole bit out where you said it was quick.
Just so you know,
Just so you know.
none of that's getting on the internet.
This week was a Minuteman and a British Grenadier from the American War of Independence. I guess that kind of times quite well with the 4th of July. So
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, of course. It's
so
the
I didn't
4th
even
of
think about it. I was like, oh yeah, it's the
July.
4th of July on Friday. So.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Quite an ironic holiday at this point.
it is. Yeah, it is. No more kings, right? He's back, but he's not called George, and he's not the third. He's someone
So
else.
you've been doing stuff for them. That's super fun. And
Yeah.
then next week you've got a really fun thing happening.
We got the Osprey thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheers, Rob.
Oh
Good.
yeah.
Yeah. So
well,
Osprey
we've all
reached
got
out.
a fun thing.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
Juggz trip.
drive the crew down. So Osprey have got a 10-year anniversary.
For people
which
who
also-
don't know, Pete might not know, Osprey. Do you know
I was
Osprey?
going to
Just the bird.
So Osprey is a publishing company. They've been around for a long time. Osprey Games has only been around for about 10 years.
Okay.
But Osprey, they used to make these things called men at arms books, which a lot of historians and a lot of wargamers will use.
They're
for
kind of
reference.
like classics. Like even if you weren't into them, like every library had
Yeah.
them. You know
Yeah,
what they
gotcha.
look like.
If you want they'll pick a point in history, won't they?
Yep.
And they'll give you like a snapshot of a battle or a couple of battles.
Yep.
And it'll be then like a full breakdown of like who was there,
Yep.
the uniforms, the weapons, like
with
it's
like really cool
They do
illustrations.
tactics,
and stuff.
battles, they do men at arms. So you have like 8 pages of vignette art of like uniforms and stuff from like, let's say the British Army from
Yeah,
like
yeah.
1814 to 1818.
Okay.
1914 to 1918. So like World War One, and you have all the different ranks and different outfits, but there's just enough information there so you know everything. And I
It's
guess
cool.
reenactors use them as well, but that's been around for decades. But Osprey Publishing, which is the game stuff, they've been doing it for about 10 years, and it coincides with Frostgrave, which launched 10 years ago as well, which is a skirmish because
Made by friend of the show,
friend of
Joe
the show,
McCullough.
Joe, shout out to Joe. He kind of
Good job,
launched
Joe.
Frostgrave
We love Joe.
after the old, and this wasn't planned because he didn't know, but when the old world got blown up,
Yeah.
that's when Frostgrave launched. So a lot of
I
people
remember. I do
moved to
know
that.
of Frostgrave.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
In case anyone else watching doesn't.
Mansplaining.
No, I was just
Jeez.
mansplained.
Jeez.
I love being mansplained to so much. You have no idea.
Yeah.
I hate
my
it. I hate
favourite.
it.
By,
I
by
hate
the,
it.
by the
I
way,
hate
Peach,
it.
really exciting news for you. I've been waiting literally a week to tell you. Well, 3 days.
What is it?
As you all know, I've been chatting about the Heresy online.
Yes.
And actually gone really well, which has been
Great job,
We're
by the way.
gonna
giant
get round to that.
surprise.
We'll talk about that next. Can we talk about you next? And
Sure,
how
I
good
just
you've
want to
been
talk
doing?
about one thing with it, if
Yeah.
that's okay.
No, I know.
Yeah. So the bit that is exciting is they've just announced what their kind of like their format is going to be, because obviously like with 40k, AOS, Old World, they've all got kind of different formats for
Yeah.
how they're like, okay, the game's out, cool, core rulebook, great. What else do I need? And they've been like, right, we're going to do one for traitors, one for Mechanica,
Yeah.
one for loyalists, etc., etc.
Yeah.
But after that, they've then been like, what we're going to do is we're going to do these small 48-page books, which is the same as their arcane journals, and they're going to be literally a snapshot of a battle from somewhere in the Horus Heresy, and then we're going to give you like the fucking rank
Yeah,
guides,
yeah.
uniform guides, the map
Yeah.
you will love.
Yeah.
And it literally, it just unlocked immediately in my brain. I was like, yeah, they're just going to do Osprey books,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
in the Horus Heresy.
Makes sense.
wow.
That's
Yeah,
so
that's
cool,
really
though.
cool.
That's a really cool idea.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then-
I would eat that. Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
I would
yeah.
collect them all in my little
Yeah.
Oh,
shelf.
I'm going to collect that every single
Oh my
one.
As
God,
long
do
as
you
they
wanna
don't
go-
change the size of the books, which
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, did Osprey change the shots?
No,
Osprey
Heresy
don't, but
did.
Some companies like they start like a bunch of books, then change the size.
Oh,
really
and you're
annoying.
like, come on!
I'm sure a few of the Heresy books are slightly different sizes.
Oh, they are. It's
Yeah.
very frustrating.
Well, I think what happened with 2.0 really had no plan. The Heresy stuff. I think it seems like very much, again, I wasn't involved in it, but a lot of the comments on the YouTube have been like, there was no plan.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't really know. This feels very much they're like, hey, this is our first 6 months.
Yeah.
This is, and a bit like the learned lesson, I think, from the Old World, and Pete has an Old World podcast as well called Old World Charmed, and it's super good, and you should check it out. But like I think they've even themselves, the Old World department, have learned some lessons. It's like Middle Earth's been sometimes a little bit like, what the fuck is going on with Middle Earth?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like AOS and 40k now, you can be like, okay, so I think new 40k should technically be next year, like based on a
Really?
3-year cycle.
Already?
Yeah, on a 3-year cycle. Yeah. It
Oh,
was,
did AOS last year?
Yeah.
Heresy this year,
Yeah.
so it would have been 40k, so it'll be 40k next year.
Surely
Heresy's
not.
like
And
SDS.
they're really ramping up, so they have to be soon because
Yeah.
they're trying to get the last of their books out by the end of the year, from what I've seen.
Yeah, so 40k, the new 40k will be next year.
Yeah.
But if you remotely are a fan or you're in the fandom, you know that.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, cool, yeah, it's in 3 years' time. It's a 3-year cycle. Like, new AOS is a year old this summer and a new one in 2 years. But with Heresy, Middle-earth, Old World, you're kind of like, what's your plan, guys?
Yeah.
When is something going to happen?
Yeah,
Keep us updated.
is it a 5-year cycle? Is it like, is there a new edition?
Yeah.
Like when Necromunda, they were just like, here's Secundus. You're like,
Wow.
Cool.
yeah. Like, is that a new edition? They're like,
Not really.
No, but yeah.
Titanicus and Epic is a big one because occasionally they'll be like, Skytanicus gone, Titanicus gone, maybe.
It's that famous staff member they got. I keep telling you, it's called Tombola. They look at him and ask him when it's coming out.
Pull it out of the hat. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. I feel like
That's funny.
while that section of the company has been very productive, it's been a bit scattershot.
Yeah,
and we all know
yeah.
that's because Tony scattershot's fuck, right?
Let's go, Tony!
Yeah, let's go,
Shout out to
Tony.
Tony. We love Tony in this family.
But I think now they've been like, no, we're going to do this. And the vignette, the little
Yeah.
Osprey books, I was buzzing about
I
that.
would be, if
That's
I was
pretty
still
cool.
working there, I would be so excited to work on those.
Louise, you should see
Yeah,
the
yeah.
maps. You'd be so excited. You should look at it on the website.
See, my
That'd be
favourite
great.
Are they
thing.
already teasered the maps?
Yeah.
I
See,
bet that was
what I've always
Holly.
wanted is I don't know why, but I really like you know you get like decks of cards and they're just like cool little vignettes of like uniforms or outfits and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And lots of companies have done them over the years. And they did the John Blanche art, but they turned it into a deck of cards.
Oh, yeah.
Love that kind of stuff. I also love books which are just like here's a load of plates of just outfits and uniforms. And if you look at like the Imperial Guard book, they've got like I don't know the Cadian outfit, the Mordian outfit. I just like want a page dedicated to a Mordian with lots of like snapshots of like different headgear, different. It's those kind of books are just so good as a resource for a hobbyist.
Absolutely.
And it's like they need to do more. They kind of did that with the. Do you remember the heraldry guides?
Yeah,
They did
yeah.
3, and then they kind of stopped because
Yep.
apparently no one was buying them. It's because no one was telling anyone what was in them because they weren't allowed to open
Yeah,
them
yeah.
in the stores. So people in the stores were like, "What's that book?" The staff were like, "I don't know."
Cool,
It's the same
not
with the
gonna buy
paint
it.
guide. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So if you're not going to allow there to be an open copy, then people aren't going to be able to see what they're getting.
Yeah, I love those things.
Yeah, they're so
I used
good.
to pore over them. Of course, like I had girlier ones, so mine would be like flower fairies.
Flower
It
fairies,
would be
great.
a similar thing, whereas like every single page is a different fairy, and you get her
Yeah,
outfit and
yeah.
stuff. And then boys
We had the
discovering,
Flower Fairy books.
yeah, boys discovering that they like fashion books.
Yeah.
Love this.
No, Liz has got loads of
One
fashion
guy.
books.
They're
I
great.
love looking
They're fun
through
to
them.
look at outfits
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
It's the
Agreed.
design. The design is very human.
Yeah, so I just wanted to tell you about that, Peach.
No,
'cause I
it's
thought-
wicked.
So I'm
Really
excited to
cool.
be at the Osprey thing next week.
Yeah. So that's like one day we're all going to go. We're going to do a bit of a Juggz event, and because Tom's a big Tom sculptor,
Tom.
designer.
Oh, is he
coming too?
Tom. Yeah, I believe so. I've got a ticket for
Yay,
him.
that's
oh,
wonderful.
good.
So
The guy
he's-
that did the sign.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tom.
yeah.
Oh my god, the
Big
Why don't
fan
you
of
guys have a
Osprey,
sign
so-
here?
Oh my god, yeah, Rob, why don't you have a sign?
Because
Yeah.
like that was the first thing I noticed when I walked in was how fantastic Tom's sign was.
Oh my
And I just when I came up here to record, I was like, why don't you?
Oh
have
my god,
more
this
of
place
those?
is so
We all need-
boring.
we all need
without
spruce
the
signs.
sign.
We need Spruce. Tom signs in general. Tom
Yeah.
is fantastic.
Anyway, enough about me. Let's move on to other folks.
Sure.
Let's
for
talk
sure.
more about
Louise, that's the
signs.
map. What do you
That's
think? First
so
hot impression.
Good. Have a look. Okay, love it. As a ex-map doer.
Yeah.
For
Ooh.
Map
As a
creator.
map doer.
As a cartographer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure.
I love a strategic
That's
asset.
That's what you should on your resume. You should 100%.
Either way, that's way
Ex-cartographer.
better than anything I could do, and it looks like they're having a really good fun time doing it. They're trying new things. It looks really good.
Is
What's
this the
that?
Isfan landings?
Yeah.
I just-
No
I
way,
just-
give it back!
I just looked at like the placement of the troops. I was like, this is Isfan.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
no! It's
Oh
all
my
gonna
god,
go
that's so
wrong.
cool! I'm gonna buy the shit out of them.
Well, it's also really fun. They said they're going to make very frequent updates. So, like Pete, you've you've been so involved in 40k. Maybe not as much at the moment.
Not at the
but
moment,
like
but yeah.
you've been so involved in 40k over the years. How have you felt about like the main studios kind of like release schedule, especially within context of the lore, the design decision? Like, have you felt about the change of 40k since like 7th up until about now? What's your kind of feelings been on it?
Like from a gameplay perspective, it's been amazing. I've found like they seem to have. It took a while in 8th and into like where they were. It seemed like they were slowly learning how to like make a really fun game to play and like a competitive game that many people wanted to play. Then 9th came, and I don't know if they were just rushing something, but 9th was a bit of a shit show for a while. But 10th has been actually pretty incredible.
Okay.
Not the lore-wise side of things I find with the rule books, which is something I miss. I miss like the new lore, which from like the book's perspective, we're getting some really cool like novels out of it, I guess. But
So like, what's happening in 40K recently?
no
like,
one knows.
what's
Everybody's dead or not.
cool? Thanks.
Like,
All right, cool, I guess.
like they did the whole like Ultramarine Gulliman coming back thing, and that
Yeah, I
was,
remember that. Like,
Yeah, and-
I kind of like
and they've run that for years.
the Lion's back.
And now they brought back the Lion. Also, amazing book, Sons of the Forest or whatever, by Mike Brooks.
Yeah.
Just incredible.
Oh, we like Mike Brooks.
Oh,
Shout out to Mike Brooks.
So good. Like
There
that
you
book.
go.
I'm not a fan of bolter porn books, but I do read a lot
Bolter
of.
porn.
Well,
Yeah.
just like, and then they went.
And then the Space Marines shot all the bad guys so many times, and they were really hardcore about it.
love it, love it,
They
love it.
love shooting.
So like Mike Brooks is incredible. So he's
Yeah.
put out some great stuff. Chris Wright's put out some amazing stuff recently. I'm reading Robbie McNiven's works because he does all the Carcharodon stuff.
Carcadons.
Carcadons and Void XL just came out, so I'm trying to review that for Goonhammer. But
Oh, how
like,
cool.
I'm pretty. Yeah, so they've made like a really good push towards like trying to. It's weird. They pushed this like Pariah Nexus thing with Necrons, and
Yes.
then it was just like, guess what? It doesn't matter,
But
right?
it was really cool.
like it was so
but it
cool.
was really, like I liked all the like Fall Acadia stuff.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I love a mystery.
Yeah.
And Necrons, like I was like, oh, mysterious large pylons. Hope we get to know a whole lot about this. It's like me.
Yeah. But that's what they did, right?
Yeah.
Pariah Nexus, they did it with the Incarn stuff
Yeah.
too. They were like, this is going to be
They keep
huge.
teasing us with
and then
really
they're like,
cool stuff.
but guess what? It was just Abaddon. That's really it. So let's go talk about him some more. Which is fine. Abaddon's cool, but we've heard a lot about
Hot
him.
take.
I would rather like, Pariah Nexus shit and things like that.
for sure.
So
Question for the group: would you like to see them like move away from the Imperium-centric like conversation?
I'm gonna be like no, because I really like the Imperium Mankind. I think it's cool. I think Space Marines are cool. I like it.
Or would you be super happy to see like that level of detail, like
They
looking at
started-
Orc society?
Yeah, maybe not orcs, because I think orcs, whilst fun, they're not going to be able to like people aren't going to care as much about the complexities of an orc because they don't have a huge amount. But Tau,
yes.
absolutely, like they started to do some really cool stuff with Tau, and then it kind of like fizzled off a little bit.
I think The Infinite and the Divine showed that they could make a book about not the Imperium that fucking was
Slaps.
incredible.
But it is like a buddy cop comedy.
It is,
though.
but they can do that with literally
But apparently,
anybody.
what are the other two Necron books, which apparently are really good? It's like the two-parter ones.
Oh,
What's it called?
King of.
Oh, what's it called? You know what they are. You're
yeah, I've
better
read
than
them.
me.
They're absolutely amazing.
I've just downloaded them. It was 2 for 1 on Audible.
It's the Flayer King ones.
Yeah.
But I can't remember. Oh.
Me neither. It's something
Ruin
Rain
King?
and Rule, something
Yes,
like that. Rain
yes.
and
Okay, I'm
Was
looking
it
it
Necron Backshots 3?
Necron Backshots 3.
Is that what
Keep it real,
was?
Rob. Keep it real.
Yeah, I think so.
slopping down pig shit with with Trazin.
The Twice Dead King.
Twice Dead King
Yeah.
series. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear those are amazing.
So
I've not
good.
started them yet. I'm waiting for my next like big
So
painting
good.
project. But apparently those are like fucking great.
They, like, wow.
Really? Okay,
Wow.
I'm on it.
Like,
I'm on it.
Yeah, I don't do that for a lot of 40K books.
Really?
Yeah, there's just.
I also like Infinite and Divine the best.
It's-
Robert Rath
Yeah.
is very cool because he wrote that, which is one of my favorite, obviously. But then he also wrote like the only Rainbow Warrior lore
Yep.
in existence,
Yep.
which is incredible. So
I
shout out
follow
to
him on like Blue Sky and
He's
stuff.
a cool guy.
He's just a cool guy.
He's
in
a cool
general.
guy. Everyone go follow Robert Rath because he's talented. and nice.
Every time like he posts something, I have to stop and be like, why did I follow this guy?
Oh,
he's a
yeah.
Warhammer writer.
He's
That's not what he's
sick.
talking about now.
That's a nice person.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were you saying about anything?
Louise, how's your week been?
Can we not do you first?
If you'd like to,
I
for
would.
sure. Okay, sure, for sure. I've
Let
been a
those
I've been a
viewers
little bit.
trickle out before they get to me.
I've been a little bit run down, but I ran an event this weekend, just gone. So we had an Age of Sigmar event, which I played in, which was super cool. It's the new General's Handbook is out, so like obviously it's all the new missions and stuff. And I did actually, luckily, get to run a new GHB event on launch day. So the book was
wow.
technically out
Yeah.
Saturday morning, and Saturday and Sunday we were already running an event. So it's only the third week of the new GHB. So
Did
it's
that
like,
affect the games? In a bad way,
because
or a good way?
it's a lot of
People
like
are working things out.
people working stuff out, learning things.
The army doesn't play like they used to, maybe.
Yeah, or they've like, oh, this is my strategy for trying to play, and maybe it's not the same. You generally, over those year cycles, you end up with like a very kind of like fun beginning of the game. And sometimes some stuff doesn't work and it's too strong, and sometimes stuff is like, people are working it out, and then towards the end of that year cycle, you end up with like a very, what they call like a solved meta, or you kind of understand some elements, but it doesn't necessarily, it's not always true though, because like people can do like a fun other thing or counterpick something or whatever might be the case. So I ran an event, which was really fun, but I also got to play, which was nice as well. Yeah. So I had a really fun time playing, and I was testing it.
Well, yeah, I was going to say what
I was playing Stormcast, but I got to like test a theory. I was like,
What's your theory?
The theory.
Do they come back when they die?
Yeah.
No.
Are they rubbish? No, it was basically about like whether or not you can just aggro early and reduce the momentum of a game down for my opponent so they can't score enough over a couple of turns.
When you say aggro, what's that referring to?
Basically, instead of it being like a resource gathering game where you're like, okay, in order to win the game, because there's these objectives here, and instead of just trying to kill other guy, I'm going to be a bit smarter and try and get points by getting objectives. It's just kill other guy.
Yeah. Basically, have you ever seen Starship Troopers?
Yeah.
Have you know the bit where he's like, well, what if they've got nukes? And he's like, put your hand on that wall. And then you put your hand on the wall.
Yeah.
Enemy cannot push a button if you disable his hand.
Okay.
It's just that. It's like the enemy cannot score objectives if they're dead.
Sweet.
Or
That sounds
probably-
like my kind of tactic.
Or to put it in more context, the enemy cannot score points if they're spending 2 or 3, because the game's only 5 turns long.
Yeah.
If they're spending 2 or 3 turns dealing with all the shit you've given them.
Yeah,
You're like, here's
yeah.
some shit.
Yeah,
And they're like,
yeah.
oh. So that was really fun, and it worked out. And I got to also like take some photos and do a Patreon video off of it.
Yeah.
Because when we eventually build that bat rep room downstairs, what I'd like to do is have an event.
Backshot Studio, sorry.
Yeah, Bat Rep Studio.
We're not calling it
No,
that.
we're not calling it that, Louise.
Maybe don't.
That's very different. That
sounds like a very different channel.
Like especially with Caesaring, just like
Yeah, Caesaring literally next door. Oh, welcome to this hallway.
Be thinking it.
I mean, there
We've
is a
got
place.
Rogue Hobbies, Backshot Studios, and Caesaring.
Isn't there a place like in Harry Potter called Bagshot Alley?
Bag end.
Is there?
No,
Yeah.
that's Lord of the
Is that Lord of the Rings?
bag end.
I'm sure
I don't
there's
know.
Bag End, but I'm sure there's like Bagshot Alley
Okay.
or something like that.
I don't know, but
I'm
just a
looking it
constant
up.
reminder to fuck Joanne.
I'm looking it up.
Fuck
We
you,
have to.
Joanne.
at this
Yes, fuck
point.
you, Joanne,
Fuck you,
you suck.
Joanne.
Fuck
But
you,
also,
Joanne.
if you made Backshot Alley, maybe there's something.
Diagon Alley?
There's Diagon Alley, but I'm sure there's Bagshot somewhere.
Backshots.
Can we
Harry
not be
Potter. I'm
Googling?
googling it now.
Okay.
Blue Ball Alley.
So I played at an event.
Oh, I don't think I should have.
No, you
Oh, Jesus.
Well, there was Bathilda Bagshot.
Oh, that's who I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
There
got
you go.
Bagshot.
There you
should.
go.
Okay.
She
Sorry,
was killed.
Rob.
Good for her. Do you know
That's
what my
okay.
second name means in Swedish?
Is it Backshots?
Don't Google it.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I can
So-
probably work that out.
I found out mine means Falcon
That's so cool.
just yesterday.
That's
What
wild.
your
But
surname?
you have an internet pseudonym. Everyone knows you as the Falcon from the 40k Stat Center, right?
Yeah.
Or other stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
your second name literally means.
And apparently my second name actually means that.
So now he's Peter the Falcon, the Falcon.
It's not my whatever legal second name, but my father's adopted. Like my father is adopted, so his real last name, which he almost changed it to, which would have changed mine.
What, to the Falcon, the
Shaheen
Falcon?
is Lebanese for Falcon.
That's so cool.
I did not know that when I started the Falcon nickname situation years ago by accident.
Maybe you did know
The
somewhere
Falcon, the
deep
Falcon.
down.
Deep
Yeah.
down.
My name, second name in English, I think means little swallow of the valley.
Aww,
Oh,
So
that's
good.
wonderful.
Does it mean that in Swedish?
No.
okay. It means Backshot Alley.
Right.
Right.
Is this going to be the thumbnail?
No.
I hope so.
Juggz takes massive back shots from the Falcon, the Falcon.
Okay, I mean,
So I played an event. I've been making a lot of videos, which has been fun. The Heresy stuff has been surprising.
Oh yeah, you launched a Heresy channel.
Yeah.
How was that?
Launched Heresy channel. What crazy,
How
actually.
many videos are it now? 5, 6?
No, like 13?
Jesus, man.
No,
Slow down.
like 10, maybe.
It's making us look.
I thought you had like 2.
It's like 10. It's like 10 as of recording.
At least I've been paying more attention than you.
Rob just wakes up and slams out 3 or 4
That's
heresy videos
freaking crazy, man.
Yeah.
before
Well,
breakfast.
How have they been received?
Really, really well. Like it's an interesting community, because like, and I always think about what Nathan Prescott, the wisdom of Nathan Prescott that he told me like many years ago, in that I sometimes feel like what happens is people are like, the community is this, or it's these people, right? And it's everyone inside of a hobby, but actually you're like, it doesn't have to be everyone inside the hobby. Like if you're someone who's like, I love the Heresy, but I mainly only love it for squad markings, it doesn't mean everyone in the Heresy needs to be loving it for the squad markings, right? So
communities within communities?
Yeah, it's communities within communities, for example, as opposed to being one Gestalt community. Because I think when you do that, you really put what you want it to be on other people's hobby, which I don't agree with at all. So like, there's been some people coming in and being like, you're disgusting, you're a competitive gamer, and I'm like, I am.
Beautiful.
But that's
how I would respond.
You are disgusting.
I was like, okay. It's like you're a Games Workshop plant.
I've had that recently.
Yeah.
I haven't.
And I was like,
I miss that.
no. What else have I had? I've had, you're just trying to get a free box. I'm like, I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't want.
You just want to talk about the thing you love,
I don't think you understand how that works. I would never get a free box.
I never would take one as well. So yeah, it's been kind of interesting. But the general, people have been like, I'm really excited because you're really excited.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
That's good.
nice.
That's lovely.
That's nice. But it is really complicated, and there's this kind of like odd dichotomy with the thing as a product, which I'm kind of trying to pass, in that it's overtly complex.
What,
Like
the game itself?
The game itself. Like, it's insane. But there are a lot of people are being like, yeah, this is just going to be a casual game. And I'm like,
Is it?
is it? There's 14 stats on one dude.
Yeah.
14.
That would make me cry.
Literally,
Yeah,
I
same.
looked at the thumbnail for one of
Same.
the videos and I was like, nope.
Yeah,
And
no.
I love that shit. And
Yeah, that's your whole jam.
I started going through. I was like, oh, I recognize this. I recognize. Oh no, what's that? No way, bud.
No, thank you, buddy.
You see, weird, I get that with Necromunda because you get all those extra 4 stats like will, cool, and all that.
Yeah.
Hardly use them.
Well, they've
never
added
use
that
them.
into the Heresy now.
Yeah.
But they've also got weapon stats. They have a ton of universal special rules. And Pete's a big old world fan. I'm a big old world fan. And that itself is quite complicated.
Well, Necromunda was done back in the day by Andy Hoare, and it might be Andy Hoare that's doing
This was
Heresy.
Andy got interviewed, or Andy got interviewed. They didn't do a last name, but I'm assuming it's Andy Hoare
be
because
Andy
he's always
Hoare.
been a long time.
Yeah.
I think it was Andy Hoare.
I love him.
He's great.
He's
great.
great.
And I've listened to him at several
He's so nice.
Heresy
too.
Open days.
He's
and
such a cool guy.
and he's super passionate.
Oh yeah, he loves what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like he's the biggest nerd of them all.
Yeah,
maybe.
he's really, really good. Yeah, so anyway, but it's quite odd because people are being like, this will be my casual game. And I'm like, what?
No, don't do that to
I'm a
yourself.
professional rules reviewer, and this is complex as hell.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, this is quite scary. So I do find that odd that there's this...
Kind of like people are saying it's because everyone's terrified to say that they're going to be taking anything seriously. That's the truth. Like people are just like, and I think it might be a British thing. Maybe it's not as common in America, but people are scared of the word like competitive because God forbid you would ever like be impolite enough to try hard to do something at the expense of another person.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of that. So people obviously are going to say like, yeah, of course, like Heresy is going to be my casual game because like, God forbid they were to admit that they wanted to maybe take it seriously.
I think the other element
And also
of it...
maybe like they just do want to play it casually, but maybe they just like,
Well, that's my problem. If you did want to play it
I
casually...
want to wear a ball gown casually.
Yeah, right. Is it,
I
that's-
heard
who
something
doesn't?
very-
Yeah.
Exactly. I want to wear my casual full kilt attire
Yeah,
every day.
exactly.
If I could wear a
Screaming
corset
freedom.
every day, if I could wear a corset every day,
Exactly.
Yeah.
We would.
I do.
I don't want
You
to.
don't.
I guess like, the concept is
Peachy
like I'm trying to think of a good
snatched.
analogy, but like it's a bit like, yeah, I'd like to. I don't know. I'll read something, but I want something light. So you pick up a romantasy as an example,
Yeah.
or
Wait, is
I
that
just
not
wanna-
light? That feels pretty light.
What romantices are
Yeah,
pretty light. Yeah, like
That's
I
what I'm
love
saying, that's pretty light.
reading about
Oh,
gnomes
okay.
just fucking each other.
Yeah.
and fairies.
Shot gnomes
Oh,
for.
I knew it was coming. Oh no! What poor choice of words.
What? That's what it's called.
I just
knew
want
it
to
would
read
come
about a
in.
magical school with like a really hot principal and a lot of
Oh
fairies.
no!
No, that's it.
Weird. You made it weird.
Yeah. So but yeah, it would be like if you wanted to go pick up a light reading, but this is not that. This is War and Peace,
Yeah.
but in Russian.
Right.
You
Like-
can casually read.
in Russian.
You got to learn Russian first.
So yeah, but it's gone really well. People have been really nice about it. People have been really excited. I'm excited, so that's been nice. Also, there's new Idneth out soon, which is super exciting with some new models. For
Angry
Old
Fish.
World, we've just got we're this Saturday coming as of recording, I'm running an Old World event, and we're using all of the new missions and extra secondary stuff for the new match play guide for the Old World, which is also really, really exciting because it'll be maybe the first GT in the world with it, probably.
Oh, cool.
In the first, which is really exciting, and also like everyone's going to get to learn. I was going to play in it so that I could also kind of experience the games, but it's probably going to be a bit much because I'll probably have a lot of extra questions over the weekend because there's quite a lot of changes have happened in the past
there's
couple
You'll
of
be a
weeks.
busy. You'll be a busy TO.
It's a completely different game. It's almost a 2.0.
Yeah, it's almost like a new edition, but there's loads of really fun addendums, and it's also been a busy couple of weeks. So I've had to write event packs, mission packs, terrain maps, and then get them all published and created. So it's been a week,
And you've been ill.
It's been a week.
and I've been ill.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and you have the vapors. It happens.
Yeah,
He's got the vapors.
I've got the vapors.
How? So you've done what? 12, 11 videos.
I've
I don't wanna think
recorded.
about it.
I've recorded 11.
How many have you released?
8.
8.
I didn't think
What's your release strategy for those? Is it like what?
One a day.
One a day.
Only because at the
Crazy.
moment, like they've basically, I'm catching up. I'm making videos about articles that they released 2 weeks ago.
I've got you.
So I'm actually not even currently caught up. You know, the book thing.
Yeah.
Haven't even released my video about the book thing
Really?
yet.
But that's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah. So I'm hoping I catch up just when the Heresy launches,
Yeah.
so I can get all the rules, I can get all the books, and I can start making videos about that as well.
All the
Yeah,
fresh
yeah.
material.
But there's tons of stuff I really want to do based on playing at the weekend. There's a video I want to make. Twiggy and I very much doubt Twiggy and Toby are going to watch this, but there's a really fun matrix I want to do where I'm going to put books and armies on this kind of like, you would normally do a tier list, but there's like a really fun thing where armies can be defensive or offensive. You know how I said about being really offensive.
Yeah.
But then the complexity and then the simplicity of playing it and kind of put in armies.
I see. Yeah.
Like you can play something really aggro, but actually it's really hard to play aggro.
Yeah.
No, it's just really hard to play. Or you can play something really defensive. Like so, Cities of Sigmar you can play really, really well defensively.
Yeah.
But it's you got to be really smart.
Yeah.
But you can play Nurgle like a moron.
Yeah.
But it
Hell
does
yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So
like
I was the same with like dwarfs. Dwarfs are a very sort of like refused flank, stand at the back, shoot lots of stuff, cannons.
Yeah.
When you're trying to be aggressive with dwarfs because they don't move very far and very fast.
well, yeah. So you actually just wouldn't even try and be aggressive, right?
Yeah. I mean, I always was because it's like I don't
It's
have to.
fun. I don't have tactics either. I'm like, it's a war. I'm
I'm
gonna
a
try and
Hollywood
kill this
director when I
guy.
play war games. I'm just like charge.
Yeah, me too. I'm the same because it's a war game, so
Yeah.
you
We
try
want
and kill
war.
the guy,
But
right?
I also want to write a bunch of. I want to do a video about a bunch of Cathay lists because, like, still there's a lot of people who I think are jumping into the old world with Cathay, and I wanted to make a video. I made a video about all the missions the other day, which no one cared about because for some reason people don't really care about the missions.
It's such like doing a lot of old world content now. It's so weird to me how like the old world community feels like it's like 15 years behind everything
Really?
else. Yeah, it's just like Fantasy Battle died and everybody paused. And they were and so
see.
like so
It's
all
like
of
the
the
snap in
Yeah, a little
Marvel.
bit. Yeah.
so like all of the like innovation and stuff we've seen in Age of Sigmar
Yeah.
and in 40K for gameplay design and missions, a lot of these players that have now come, the first group that came into Old World, they're like, it's Warhammer Fantasy Battle, it's back. And so they see these new mission designs and
they're
we're
like,
just
what?
not going to play those.
Yeah.
That sounds too complicated. This is what my game actually is. And I see it all the time in like the Square-based Discord or in our Discord for Old World Charm. It's people being like, because I'll talk on my show about like competitive lists and semi-competitive fun things to do, and I'll get messages from people like, well, why don't you talk about how we play in Germany? And it's like, well, that's a great idea. I 100% could, but why do you guys play so differently there, right?
Yeah.
But it's because they haven't.
Caught up.
They don't. I don't know if it feels like there's a trust thing with Games Workshop in particular. Like they just don't trust that they'll make a competitive, fun game, so they have to do everything themselves to make it that way.
So what makes their play different then?
They often they do like community comps where they change they wholesale change rules. They put in their own like FAQs for things that they don't like, or like if a unit is particularly strong, they'll just be like, it just doesn't work that way anymore,
Yeah.
Interesting.
right? To make it fit like their vision of the game.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of expands, and so you have all these different communities doing that. And then Games Workshop drops a book like this that kind of completely changes the game. And rather than try it out, they're like, no, we'll just
Keep on doing what we're doing
because we made it work, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Gym and efficiency and all.
which
that.
was something we saw like in 8th edition 40K and previous all the time when
Yeah.
Frontline Gaming started doing the ITC. Like they basically fully comped the European tournament comp, had their own thing, and it slowly has kind of progressed to now just everybody does the same thing, which has its values and I think sometimes its detriments. But
Yeah, I think having everyone on the same page is like, if you're from Australia, you could talk to someone in Sweden and be like, oh, we're playing the same game, so you're having the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
conversation,
yeah.
which is
Yeah.
really nice. But I also think there's some really some real value. Like we did the Rivers event for Old World
Yes.
here,
Yeah.
right? And that's like this unique, weird thing that's super fun.
Oh
and
yeah, you
people-
were being the quirky guy.
being the
Yeah.
quirky guy, like an Old World Heresy, they really give you the opportunity to create that, which is cool. But this new thing they've added is also really cool. Like you can have the cabbage trains, so you can have your
Oh yeah,
little
we talked about those.
yeah, we talked about those.
Yes,
You can have your little
yes.
cabbage trains, and like, so I've made it so that every mission that's going to be played this weekend is every secondary, right? And some people are like, that's too many stuff, like, because it's all elective. You
Yeah.
could have a cabbage train, you can grab objectives, you can do these things, and people are like, that's too much stuff, and I'm like, well, you don't really know till you try.
Yeah.
Like, give it a whirl,
Yeah.
and maybe you'll really enjoy it. And does it add a bunch of stuff that makes games more fun? If the answer is yes, then do it if people feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But it's kind of odd when people are like, that's too complicated. I'm like, you can't really say that you want to have a very chilled out game of the old world. Look at the rules. It's like
You mean
100 and-
Heresy?
No, the old,
Old World.
It's like 120 pages of rules.
yeah, well,
Yeah,
I mean,
but you could just skip over
there's
like
150 special rules that are like separate. These are things that break the normal rules. We have 150 of them in the core rule
They
book.
just released a 12 to 18 page FAQ.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna play 4-upsies.
And-
Or up to, but you can do that as well,
Yeah.
right?
Warhammer.
No, but that's really all of it's good. The whole world it's good. But like,
Yeah.
when new content comes out, I think people should play new content. I think it's
Yeah,
really good.
yeah, yeah.
Instead of just being like, I'm scared. If you put it on the table and it doesn't work, you're like,
Hey, it didn't work.
Scared.
you can prove it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, let's just not let that happen.
Yeah, it's just you just want them to try it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like a little kid with some broccoli.
So I sometimes want to try and do is paint models, but sometimes I'm not good at it. Louise, we're going to
Hello.
ask you about your
Moral conundrum.
moral conundrum after. But Pete, you've decided to land in the UK and you go to Warhammer for the first time. Are you excited
Yes,
about
I'm
that?
super excited. It's like my nerd dream.
Have you never
different
been?
I've never been
No.
to London. I've never been to
Really?
the UK. This
Oh,
is my
wow.
first time.
That's
Yeah.
wild. Well, welcome.
Well, thank you.
Well,
No,
welcome.
I do a lot of traveling within North America, but like after I had kids, the like worldwide travel thing kind of backed off a lot.
Yeah,
They're very
sure.
expensive having children.
Apparently
It's-
so.
yeah.
Apparently
Small
so.
versions of you. So, So on a whim,
What do you think of the UK so far?
I mean,
What's your impression?
That's putting me on the spot in front of which I love it. I've actually
Really?
like I've not been here very long, but I've really enjoyed my time. Like I only
Oh.
landed the day before yesterday at like 11 p.m. So
Not a chance to see much then.
no,
We went to a petting zoo.
yes, well,
was
In
nice.
Nottingham.
yesterday morning I woke up bright and early, went to a pub, had a full English breakfast. I didn't know what that was. I was just like, "What do you recommend?" They're like, "Oh,
Full
we're
English.
simple."
Have you been to the oldest pub in England yet?
I've
I'm taking
been-
him. I'm taking him
yeah,
later.
I've
Later, I thought you said we're going to the other place.
We're going to several places,
We're-
Louise.
Pub Crow. I
I'll
want to
be
see
working
as much
late
stuff as
tonight.
possible. I just did museums yesterday in London, and then I'm going to spend a day and a half here, and then back to London tomorrow night for another day and a bit in London.
I mean, they're most of the places you witness in most movies anyway, which is London and Nottingham. Anywhere else?
Yeah,
doesn't
exactly.
exist.
Nowhere else it actually
So
exists.
it's pretty
I
fine.
100% am behind that. So.
Screw Scotland.
And you
Terrible
don't want to go.
place.
You don't want to go to the countryside. That's full of weirdos.
I
Yeah,
mean, I
used
saw
to
what
live
I
there.
wanted to
I
see
know.
from the countryside.
Yeah.
The Weetabix factory, that was it. I
Yes.
was enthralled. It was so big. How much Weetabix do you guys eat here?
I ate
Quite a lot.
like a whole bowl this morning, and I
Really?
overfilled my bowl, and I couldn't even eat it all.
That sounds
That's
awful.
how much Weetabix I eat. I have a sad little tummy. I'm trying to get as much brat as I
Like,
can.
there's so much wheat in that. Like,
Shredded wheat's quite nice as well. I like to eat shredded wheat dry
Yeah?
as well.
This is what we're
Oh, I love
discovering
it.
that
What?
between me and you, we eat a horrific amount of wheat.
We probably do. Actually.
like, do you guys do Wheaties here? Like our version that has
I don't
sugar
know.
on it? Like
is that like Frosties?
Like,
Frosted
Frosties.
Shreddies.
We call
Frosted
them
mini
Frosties.
wheats?
Yeah,
we call them Frosted
them.
Shreddies, I
Or
think.
malted shredders.
Oh no,
do that.
Frosties are the flakes.
But like a Weetabix situation's not for me.
I love a Weetabix. Mine's got little chocolatey
A
chunks. in 'em.
Meatabix.
A
Did you
meat-
put sausage in that or
chunks in
something?
Yeah. I have the chocolatey chunks ones.
Oh,
and,
okay. Well, that sounds
I
different. I'm just
have them-
expecting to eat just like a bag of wheat.
No,
Like when
I have
see
them every
these.
morning to keep me
corn.
regular. Keeps me regular.
So, Pete, as well as just being here in the UK, like seeing Warhammer World is really fun, but you're also like a part owner and a contributor to Goonhammer, right?
Yes,
Which
I am.
some people who are watching might not know what Goonhammer is. So could you tell us what it is?
Goonhammer is a creator-owned website. That's what I'm obligated to say. That was shut up.
Shut
It's
up.
okay, no one can hear it.
No
No one can hear
No one
it.
can hear it.
Sorry, there was some kind of ambulance going on outside, and they can fuck off.
Don't worry, no one can
But
hear it.
anyway, yeah. So Goonhammer.com. We're a creator-owned website. We've been around for a decade. We kind of came up from the ashes of Something Awful forums. If anyone has heard about those,
Oh, I
terrible
remember
place.
those.
And we do like review content for basically everything nerdy. Our biggest venue is Warhammer stuff. So Warhammer 40k, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda. We have quite the relationship with Games Workshop.
Definitely the best Necromunda guides on the internet.
Yes. Everywhere I go, whenever anyone finds out I own Goonhammer, they are just like, "Who's your Necromunda guy?" Because he's incredible.
Who is your Necromunda guy?
I don't want to talk about it.
We're
they're-
to keep him a secret.
Oh,
Yeah, he's locked
Can
away.
you gatekeep your... It's Andy Hoare.
what I want people to do is go on Goonhammer.com and search our Necromunda content so we get more clicks.
There you go.
Ah, there you go.
But yeah, so it's a wonderful place. Our CFO and CEO Liam and Rob are absolutely incredible people. They let us do basically whatever we want.
Nice.
And we've got this like huge crew. I think we're in up to 35 shareholders / owners.
Wow.
And we're all just content creators. Like
Super cool.
I started with 40kstats.com. It was my own like personal site that I built because there was a gap. But I constantly said, even when like I would podcast with you, I was like, I just want someone else to do this.
Yeah.
I'm just the only one.
Yeah.
Goonhammer reached out to me a few times, and I did some articles for them. And then one day, they'd heard one of my podcasts where I kind of been like I'm having a hard time struggling with just life, and they're like, we'll buy it off of you, and if you'll just do articles for us occasionally, you can just be a co-owner because you're awesome.
Oh, sick.
And it's been like a wonderful experience working for them.
Oh, I'm so happy.
So yeah, so I do like book reviews. I do a lot of the old world content now. I'm basically their guy for old world book reviews and model reviews and shit. And I'm reviewing this Carcharodon book is my new thing. But I get to pick. Like I could do nothing for a month and like no one's gonna bother me. And then I can just like message. Like today, I bought this Doomsong book, and I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna review
scissoring.
Doomsong," and they're like, "Great, keep at it." Like that's it. Right?
Cool. See you next month.
So how's the? Because I mean, it's kind of interesting. Like Peachy's old office used to be right next to War Games Illustrated, and you even went and did something with them recently, right?
Yeah.
But obviously the move away from print media, I feel like is a thing. Although I still quite like picking up printed stuff for sure. And there's a whole conversation about are people actually moving towards more analog
people
stuff.
quite like physical media more these days because it's been lacking for so long, and people are like, I want my iPod back.
Yeah. And also,
do want
do they
my
want to
iPod
get
back.
off their social medias as an example?
Yeah.
But like with the online, like with video, do you feel like video competes with like the written word? Do you like how do you? Because I know there's a bunch of people like I want it written down. Like which I think is interesting.
And I think that's the space we've made for ourselves because everybody else like got off of it.
Yeah.
So if you look at a lot of major websites, they've either gone to like AI built reviewing systems, or they've like really cut out a lot of their written word, like Polygon and such, that were, I wouldn't say direct competitors, but pretty close. And we've stuck to it. We do now have our own like YouTube channel, mostly for our patrons.
Fun.
But all we do is we take our articles and we put them in video form. We have a
Yeah,
really
they're good
awesome
scripts, right?
Yeah. And so we have like these really awesome guys from the Bad Man podcast. Anyway, and they put these things together for us just based off our articles. They look great. They're well produced.
Good.
But because everybody else has moved away, like we're only seeing our viewership increase. So I think on the 40K side, maybe Bell of Lost Souls is ahead of us in terms of viewership, but that's about it. I think we're now the number 2 in terms of written content, and it's great.
That's really
that's
good.
cool. Yeah, that's cool. Do you find it difficult to like like, I know this isn't necessarily your part of it, but like, is managing a bunch of people who are very passionate about a ton of different projects complex?
If just from my talks with Rob, yes, our CEO, like he's on it all the time. It's just like a constant, like, because we are all passionate about things, but because we're kind of kept to such a loose leash, it's and because we are all considered owners and we're all very also just extremely passionate about Goonhammer.
Which is great.
It's not that bad. It's when we bring in contributors, that's sometimes where we'll have to be, because we like anybody can message us and be like, hey, I want to write an article for you, and we'll often just be like, hey, just send us a sample just to be sure you're not a Nazi.
Yeah,
we're not
important.
big fans of that. But
love
then
it.
like they can put something together and we'll go back to, and like that's it. We'll go back to them and be like, hey, this is great, really passionate. Can we back the passion up a smidge so we're not like completely offending a community, unless they're a community we want to offend, and then we're all
The Nazis.
The Nazis are a big one. I don't mind.
one.
I don't mind offending. When the Adeptus Custodes, when they released the lore about
The
the new
women.
female, I did the article for that.
Were you like, I hate the women community. This one's for you.
Oh, I went hard on the people that weren't a big
I
fans
think I
of the concept.
remember. I think I remember that.
And
article.
I messaged Rob first, basically our whole shareholder group. I was like, hey, I want to do this article because I love Custodes. They're like my favorite thing. I'm super jazzed about it. Is it okay? Like if I just like take the gloves off? And they're like, yeah, like these guys are. Just do it.
They're chuds.
It's
Fuck 'em
funny how
up.
many people came out the woodwork, because I did a paint guide on Custodes, and my thumbnail was at Eowyn.
Yeah.
In like Custodes armor, and like saying I'm no man.
Yeah.
And so many people just thumbs down the video.
Yeah.
But no, you can tell they've not even watched it. It's just like within like the first like hour of release, it's like there's quite a lot of thumbs
Yeah,
up.
they don't like it
thumbs
when you
down.
remind them you're a
Yeah,
girl.
and it's weird, but I was going to say, because my channel is very much, I nowadays, naturally, I've just moved into reviewing non-Games Workshop stuff and talking about non-Games Workshop stuff. It's very rare. I do workshop stuff, and when I do, it doesn't do very well, which is weird.
It's great for your channel.
It's great for my channel.
It means you can kind of like do whatever.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
I was going to say, with like Goonhammer, what's been like your funnest non-Games Workshop sort of like review? If there is one, you'd be like, none.
For me,
Sorry, Peach.
I don't do a lot of the side stuff. I want to. I'm going to do this Doom
Song,
book
yeah.
That's
right
cool.
away,
There you
'cause
go. Maybe it'll be
as soon
that.
as I saw it, I was like, I want to do it. In terms of like our crew, I think the person who gets the most joy, and maybe she doesn't, is we have one of our owners, Marcy. She does like gotcha game reviews and stuff. And she has an advice column now.
That's
wow.
fun.
And just like it just looks incredible. I love reading them. It's one of my favorite things.
What kind of advice column? Like for gacha games or just
For anything, like you can just message her
I
and she will
love
try to
that.
put up a response.
I love making those videos. Like when I do my like Warhammer confession ones and stuff, they're like my favorite videos.
So,
I
like-
may be due another one soon.
And
Yeah.
they do numbers. They do definitely do numbers.
I love them.
Yeah.
I love answering
I
people's
was,
like
I was
weird
going to
little.
ask a similar question. I was going to ask, like, do you think, like, because obviously you Goonhammer covers actually quite a lot of different subjects, but also a lot of different games, and more are being released all the time.
Yep.
Do you think the actual general, not just your audience, but the audience for miniature wargaming is getting bigger? But you also think like that's because the games are becoming more diversified? Or do you feel like there's actually too many games, but still the whole thing's been getting bigger? What's your general read on the kind of like, the general? Because UK Games Expo was massive this year, right?
Oh my god, huge.
Salute was bigger than it's ever been. ChillCon was than it's ever
that's
been. ChillCon's going to a 2-day next year.
Yeah.
We're all going. So like, it does feel like everything's growing.
Yeah.
That's how it feels.
Yeah.
There's people into Warhammer now that don't even play, like, they don't paint miniatures. They have no interest in it. It's just a cool fandom.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And like we see that pretty consistently. Like for me, when I look at like these like third-party games that we cover that we get like really good views on, I think part of it, like there is a bit of, whenever there's a monopoly on something, there's always going to be like people that are just like, I need to do anything other than that. And because we come from such a very diverse group ourselves, like with 35 owners and hundreds of contributors, it's very easy for us to just pick a new topic and jump into it, and then we're the only ones, and that helps a lot. And also because we're really concerned about content quality, I would say, as
That's
well.
good.
That helps, right? So we can be the Necromunda experts, and we can be the like Frostgrave experts or whoever, and we can like dump something down, and we can put the resources into it.
Damn.
You know, we don't make a lot of money. We do make money, but like we also pay all our authors, contributors, and otherwise whenever they put in an article, and that helps too, right? So we can be like, hey, here's some cash. Please do the best you can. Put some actual effort into this, and we'll make
this
it
is
work.
a job that we're paying you for. Put effort into it.
And we have a couple wonderful editors
Wonderful.
that put a lot of work into making our articles readable most of the time.
Most of the time.
I mean, I've written some articles pretty late at night where afterwards, like I'll publish it and the editor will be like, it looked okay to me, and send it off, and then I'll read it and be like, this is the fucking worst thing I've ever written. But
I have
very
that
hard
with
on
videos
myself.
that I recorded last night. I slept on it and I woke up and I'm like, I'm rewriting half of this.
I've done that, yeah.
So what video was it?
Are we moving on to
Yeah,
me?
we're moving on.
I'm having a moral conundrum.
Tell us about your moral conundrum.
So let's talk for a minute about something that a lot of people have been talking about this week, which is they're underworlds, aren't they? Not Warcry.
Correct.
I need to rewrite even more in my video now. Fucking great.
No.
So there was a new Underworlds warband release
Correct.
called Kamandora's Blades.
Kamandora's
Wow.
That's it.
You're probably the only person in the world who'll ever know that.
Kamandora's Blades,
The only
the
person-
mother of hate. I've read the whole article.
Yeah.
And they've not been received very well on the internet.
Why?
Don't ask me.
I'll say why.
I'm trying
Okay.
to be nice.
I think that both the
I can say
combination of a very underwhelming sculpt doesn't look very cornate, in my opinion.
No.
A very underwhelming sculpt, and then an underwhelming paint job on the sculpt, which looks pretty clean.
Yeah.
Has like made a lot of people just think it's not like, remember the Space Wolf guns or heads, whichever one it was. There was a-
Yeah.
I like the Space Wolf heads, but I think I was the only one in the world that did.
like, that's you.
It's the teeth that are freaking people out the most.
Yeah, the
I
teeth
think.
are pretty bad.
So like my personal opinion on the miniatures is like they don't offend me as much as I think they've offended everyone else. Like I don't hate them, but they're a bit simple. Like they I don't look at them and I'm not like excited. If they were included in a box of like 25 rank and file cultists, I'd be like, sure, cool.
So I think that's the key thing, though,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's like if it was like a regiment box,
Yeah.
it'd probably be a bit more forgiving.
Yeah, exactly.
But, yeah,
But
because it's
like
Underworlds.
Warcry and Underworld specifically always fucking slap.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They very rarely miss. And it's like, I always say this in all my videos. I'm like, Underworld seems to be the designer's excuses to do really fucking cool, weird shit.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's making it so jarring, that there's these sort of simple miniatures that don't inspire anyone. If everyone's like, it's Underworlds, I see Underworlds, I expect fucking weird shit, right?
I mean, the mother of hate is wearing a pair of overalls. Like that's
It's the bodysuit.
Yeah, it's
I said, I think I'm like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But like,
it's a choice.
so like, but one of my things that I love doing is seeing a miniature that people make fun of and going like, I can make it cool.
Yep.
Like,
which you did with the Bretonian Lord.
Yeah, which I did with the Bretonian Lord. Like, I look at a miniature, and I do it with, like, Bob Ollie squats and, like, ancient space marines and stuff. It's just, like, a hobby that I like doing.
Machine gun wizard.
Yeah, machine gun wizard. Great example. I like taking gribbly, old, ugly miniatures and being like, I can make it look cool with a paint job. So I thought, I got all excited. Like, TLDR, my Gundam video is going to take a bit longer than I thought it would be because...
Have you shown Peachy it fully built yet?
I was
You've
having a
seen
look
it,
at
you've seen it,
downstairs.
you've
Oh,
seen
nice.
it.
Good.
Anyway,
So
so I
good.
was like, oh, I'll just do a quick video about Kamandora's Blades, where I take the miniature, I pop it into Photoshop, because obviously the miniatures aren't out yet, and see if I can, like, basically make myself like these miniatures by giving them a cool paint job.
Yeah.
Like, a paint job which I think is a bit more, like, complicated, detail, inspiring, corny, bloody, blah, 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 blah. I was really excited to do this video. I did it all in one day. I like did all my editing, did all my filming, like did my little script and stuff. And then like by the end of the day, I'm like, I think I sound like a dick.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep. Like, I think this, and in the video, I spend so long explaining, like, I think I know what the issue is. I think it's that I feel like I'm jumping on a negativity bandwagon because I've never released a video this close to something being like a talking point.
But you're
that-
quite positive with these kind of things,
Oh,
though. So
absolutely.
I
Like
don't
said,
think you're being a
I don't
dick
hate
at
the
all.
miniature. What I'm
Yeah.
trying to do is be like, maybe with a cool paint job, these could be really sick.
This throws in something I've always thought.
I'm going to show you what I did.
So a little while back, the Heavy Metal Studio was behind on some of their projects, and they asked the Army Painting Studio to help take up some of the slack.
Yeah.
And there was all these upgrade sets for Blood Angels, Death Watch, and Gene Stealer Cults. So we painted up a load of like sets for the box cover to do all these things. So all these extra heads that you'd get, because there's like an upgrade spree, and it was like do some Death Watch bikers.
Is that the Brood Brothers Gene Stealer Cult one?
Yeah, so there was like there was a Chimera, a Sentinel, some infantry, heavy weapons squad. So there was like 5 or 6 boxes for each of these upgrade sets. And we were like, we're not to the levels of Heavy Metal, so they're never going to look the same.
Yeah.
But we kind of made this argument with ourselves, which is we kind of think that Heavy Metal gets a bit too far with the paint jobs, and there becomes a bit where
it's
it becomes
not achievable
like
anymore.
Well, it's not even that. It's like you're getting negative returns from the amount of effort going into it. By how much are people going to pay more, or are more people going to buy because of that extra 4 hours on that?
Absolutely.
Nail?
Oh, I see what you mean.
So you spent an extra 4 hours painting that sword hilt up. Are people going to spend any more money? So when we did these paint jobs, they were good enough. I was happy with the team that did it. A lot of them wanted to get into Heavy Metal anyway, so it was a good experience for them.
Yeah.
But it didn't. No one kicked up a stink. There was no like big sort of thing on the internet. It didn't affect sales. They did really, really well.
Yeah.
Loads of people were buying all the sets. Some of the sets sold out. So I was like, okay,
You did a good job.
It did a good job.
Yeah.
Obviously, the paint job wasn't an issue with that. It was probably that people wanted a cool set. This and that. And I kind of think the same thing here. It's like, part of me's like, is it the paint job feels like it's something that's new.
So the way I describe the paint job, I'm like, it's a really good heavy
It's clean,
metal paint
it's crisp,
job.
yeah.
It's clean, it's neat, it's well blended. The eyeball, like, it's not a bad paint job at all. It just doesn't go whoa.
So-
but not with the quality of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But like, where's I want some like freaking war paint. I
Well,
want
this is the
blood
thing I'd say. Yeah, I was going to say,
it's too clean.
if I was the manager, I would have said like,
Dirty
you need some blood on the hands going up to their wrists.
Yeah.
Peachy.
Some war paint here and there because it is too clear. I think that's the
Literally,
point.
can I show you what I did?
Yeah.
Do you want to see?
Let's have a
so
look.
there's the before and after.
Oh my
And
God,
tell
this
me what you think.
Oh my God, what's happened?
Peachy just boomer grabbed my phone. I'm sorry. Okay, so what do you think?
Yeah, that looks much better. That was terrifying.
There you go.
There you go.
Blood
So,
splatters,
like,
mud.
So
But
I'm
your
trying.
moral
My moral
conundrum
conundrum
is-
is that I'm trying to make the video to do something positive and nice,
scary.
which is like to be like, hey, maybe we shouldn't judge a miniature by its paint job. Maybe all miniatures are what you make of them. Do I love these miniatures? No, but is it fun to kind of see what you can do? Yes.
I love the phrase "don't judge a miniature by its paint job."
Yeah, but then I feel like, okay, so my issue is I don't like jumping on negativity trains because I know for a fact the person who painted that miniature is probably really fucking sad.
Yeah.
But you're
That
not.
people-
Your moral conundrum is based on the concept that you're about something you're not going to do.
I
You're
know,
not
but
jumping
in
on a
doing
negativity train.
In doing so, am I encouraging people to join that conversation
No,
and then rag
absolutely.
on other people's work?
Absolutely not. Like
No,
every
because
time they
I
release
do
it,
say, like, let me know what you think of the
every
miniatures.
time they release a Space Marine, I'm like sick of it being blue.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Like, and when they decide that, like, with all the new Heresy stuff
I
as
know,
an
but
example.
no one says they're badly. Like, that's kind of like not the point. The point
No,
is.
but no. Sometimes I also, to be clear, also I always have preferred Heresy paint jobs, especially back in the like Mark Bedford days,
Yes.
when like you had a lot of like oil washes. And,
They used to paint miniatures without touching a brush.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I used to much prefer that paint style, and I used to say as well, I like the entire Heresy section more. I think it's painted better. Now that's obviously wrong because it's painted
No,
differently.
It's your
you're
people
allowed that
allowed to have
opinion.
opinions.
Yeah, and as a
Yeah.
consumer and not a painter, I've always said to myself, I'm like, that's the style I like. And whenever I see a GW paint job for like, I mean, even for their AOS stuff, I sometimes will like, it's too clean and it looks too marvelly, and that's not what I want.
Yeah,
and it doesn't make a
same.
lot of sense.
But-
Like when I see when I see like a Marvel-esque vampire, I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah, so I think
Like-
that was my but at the same time, and maybe if they're watching this right now, I want to say I don't think either the sculptor
They're
or
not
the
watching this.
painter. I don't
They might
think
be.
either of you are bad. They might be. I don't think either of you are bad. I don't think the sculpts are bad. And I don't think the paint job's bad. I'm just trying to have fun and kind of prove to people that sometimes you just have to give a miniature a chance to make it look how you want it to look.
It also looks like classic. Remember that Courtiers miniature that came out?
Just kind of plain and smooth. And we have to bear in mind so much that it's really frustrating even for me to be addressing the sculptor, because the sculptor's probably there being like, I got middle managers to shit.
That's what I was about to say about the Courtiers miniature.
Yeah.
That looked like it went through several rounds of reapproval, so it basically had no identity at all.
Yeah, exactly.
I would say most of the flaws that you find with like the visuals or like the issues with miniatures is going to be some manager who's not qualified or new or just has an opinion and has gone no. Because I told you to
when I was in the video team.
What if like the painter was like, oh, I'd love to do some freehanded? Like, no, that's too busy on the miniature. It's too busy. We need to keep it clean. Yeah. We only have a few days.
Or they use buzzwords they don't actually know, but they've heard someone on the manager say
blue sky thinking on this miniature.
We need you to galvanise the team, do some blue sky thinking, and then but moving forward.
Part of me is like, it's totally okay for me to sit there and go, I don't like this miniature. I think it doesn't look very good. And I think I would do the paint job differently. But I could never, I know how that I would feel if I released a goblin and the internet and it's on it's on such a big scale when it's Games Workshop as well. These poor people who sculpted the miniature and painted it probably feel like crap. I would feel like crap. I don't want to use my platform where I have, nearly 200,000 people to make them feel crapper. No, but you know what I mean? I'm like, am I doing a net positive or am I doing a net negative for the people who I'm actually concerned about? I'm not concerned about the people who have an opinion. I'm concerned about the people who may feel sad because of it, and that's the sculptor and the painter.
The only time I've really had a strong opinion about that, you remember the desecrators, what they're called, the space marines with the guns with the
Desolators,
guns on the
the really big guns. I didn't like them at all.
I have no issue with the sculptor or the painter in that situation. Someone had to paint the figure, someone had to sculpt the figure. I have an issue with the manager who allowed that to pass. We didn't have the strength of character or the guts to say that looks fucking stupid. Take the guns off. Because you've overdone it.
Shrink them.
And then, because sculptors are sculptors, they will push to do stuff, but you do need a manager to go no.
But ugly Titan profiles. And it was up to Dom to say, that's fucking stupid, Louise. Don't fucking do that. No one likes pink Titans. And I went, oh, okay. But it's fine. I came up with some ugly...
Creatives need guidance.
So I basically wasn't... I got to do 2 Necromunda illustrations before Rachel was like... I think Blood Bowl's probably where you belong. And that's fair. Because I struggled with realistic anatomy. Great at cartoons, terrible at realistic anatomy. I would have loved to have been a Necromunda illustrator. Oh, she's incredible. But I did some skulls and a helmet, and she was like, let's give you some frogs for listening. But that's okay, because maybe if I kept doing Necromunda illustrations, I would have ended up drawing a real butt ugly, I don't know, some Necromunda character that probably would have had people laughing at me. But again, that's how you improve. But I do try to say in the video all of these things. I'm prefacing it, and I do say I think it is a lot of the time middle managers who interfere with these things, and I just don't know. So I'm like, my moral conundrum is whether or not to even post the video.
I think you should.
So can I say
please,
something?
yeah.
100% should.
Oh,
you're
nice.
Well, I am.
Also, you like me, so don't be biased.
No, I'm not being biased. So when I've been part of what do they call it? I've jumped onto bandwagons before, for sure, 100%.
I've never done it.
Well,
it's really fast.
But what you're describing is you're adding a positive spin to it.
I'm trying.
No, you are. It's not a trying
I was
situation.
excited to see what I could do with the miniatures, genuinely.
And the way you're prefacing things, all you're doing is creating a positive spin to the conversation. If anybody is going to comment on that, that you're afraid of, that's going to be well, now I have something to jump on and be negative, those people have already done that. They were already
and
going.
They've already decided. Okay for people to have opinions.
Exactly.
And that's what I say in the video as well. It's I'm not being nobody comment if you don't like the miniature.
Yeah.
I don't love the miniature. I think it's okay, and I think as the consumer, it's important that we receive products which are as good as the other products, right? So if you've got all these underworlds, I keep saying Warcry, I really got to redo that video now, Jesus Christ. All these underworlds warbands which cost the same amount of money, and then the Khorne one comes out, which isn't quite hitting the mark. That's an issue for the consumer as well. So I feel it on both sides, and I'm like, oh.
But like it's very clear that you do, right? And that's the,
I mean, I have done like 8 stories on Instagram.
well, that's the point.
5 minutes out of the 13-minute video is me saying this stuff, and now an entire podcast. Is it enough? I don't know. Also, I didn't sleep last night. Rob's like, sleep on it, and instead of sleeping on it, I awaked on it.
I think if it was me, if I was the one that sculpted this and was like, and hearing like all this negativity, and then I had someone actually put together a well thought out video where they described
that's
the
actually
ways.
you're supporting them.
Yeah.
All
that's
you're
a good
doing
point.
is
But would they
providing
prefer
support.
if I just didn't say anything at all?
No,
No,
actually,
100% not.
no, they're getting more support from your video. In fact, actually, if you don't put that video out,
Oh, stop.
no, if you don't
No.
put that video out, probably the only like content about it is like my throwaway would be if someone was like, hey, because I got asked on stream the other day, like, you seen the content? I was like, yeah, I've seen them, they look shit. Like, that's all I said. And they were like, do you want to talk about it? I was like, what else have I got to say? We all know it looks shit. I don't need to talk
I
about
think
more
that
about
they
it.
have potential.
But yeah,
And
see,
And that's good.
I'm going to show you. I'll show you my mock-up so you can see it.
I've seen the mock-up.
No, not you.
Oh, okay.
I just
Oh.
want to see how you did the little dog.
Here you go. Have a look.
But
That's the before and after.
I do
Tell
agree
me
with
what
your
you
other
think.
comment, which when you said
wow.
like if it was like rank and file for like Corn,
Yeah,
totally.
they look fine.
But yeah, I think because we are used like
They're
with
supposed to be-
Necromunda, Underworld.
That's
There's a
sick.
certain level
Do you
of
like it?
I do.
So-
that actually looks like a very hateful mother.
Yes.
A very hateful
So like, and I didn't change. Like I said in the video, like I'm not going to change the sculpt as well.
Yeah.
I'm trying to convince people that like. Don't judge it just because the paint job isn't
No, I think
for
that's
you.
fantastic.
I
think
agree
it's-
with Pete.
I think
Actually,
it's better, right?
You
Yeah.
putting the video out will be the most supportive thing that happens about this project.
No, 100%.
So actually, that's
That's
actually
a point. But again, I don't know. It's a bit like the thing is like I've never done this before, right? I've never seen apart from
God,
the
first time for
Breton.
everything.
Well, the Bretonian Lord was one, but I kind of like knew the painter, I knew the sculptor, I talked to them, I knew they were okay with it, right?
yeah.
I don't have this, and
why should that matter though?
because
Exactly.
I care about people.
well, you got to
yeah,
do
but
it.
you are caring in this.
I am
capacity,
trying
aren't you?
to, and I guess that's why. And the other thing that I want to make very clear is that I'm photoshopping this. The only reason you're like, oh, that looks sick, is because I've recolored someone else's work,
Yeah.
right? That's not me being like, I've done a paint job. That's the heavy metal paint job, but just recolored. So if it
those-
looks cool, it's because the heavy metal painter actually did a good job
Sometimes
painting
when I
it.
see a mini release, I'm one of those people who really struggles with, when like you go to the shop and like someone's like, I'm like, oh, I don't like that jumper, and then someone goes, oh, that looked great if it was red, and I'm like, I can't, it's blue. Like,
Yeah.
I can't
Oh, you can't
see it.
visualize.
I can't see that red because it's blue and
Yeah.
it looks terrible blue.
Yeah.
Like, as an example,
So
right?
like the teeth, like everyone's like they look terrible. I'm like, well, it worked with the mouth of Sauron, right? Great example. That kind of like exposed maw,
Yeah,
pulled
yeah.
back thing works really well if it's rendered in a way which reads as the same way it was intended to be sculpted, like with the mouth of
Yeah,
Sauron.
yeah.
It works because if it was clean, he would look like a weird toothy grandma. If it's like messy and bloody, it looks freaking spooky.
Yeah.
I think your biggest problem is you won't paint a Shogun Lord on a Longma, which is all she should be painting.
Several.
What?
The,
Yeah.
the Cathay Lassie on the
Oh,
dragon.
right.
Like,
Is that what
that's
you
what
need?
I'm bothered about.
Yeah,
Louise
you-
is there like, I'll save these like throwaway corn dudes, and I'm like, Louise, don't fuck off. It doesn't matter. Like,
Well,
like,
at least
but
I
that's
photoshopped
what-
it and didn't spend a week painting
Well,
it.
what I'm trying to say is like you'll go to bat for the smallest thing for like these little sweethearts that no one will ever find out about Games Workshop don't even care
I
about.
guess
them.
they're not even credited, so I guess they're
Yeah.
protected by that. But in their hearts, they must be sad.
And they're going to watch your video and be like, wow, finally someone understands.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
they're going to be like, this bitch should have kept her mouth shut.
Well, I mean, they can say that too, but I mean,
And in which case,
They can
I'm
say that
really
too, but
sorry.
they-
I was
they're
just
missing.
excited. I get excited for challenges, and I
Yeah.
think it is a little bit of a challenge. And
It is a challenge.
and
No,
I'm
I'm excited
And it's
about.
okay if everything's not your best work. I'm shit at so many things.
Well, I'm excited about what is our best work, which is the Patreon episode we're about to do.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you
Nice.
for.
That came around quick.
Peachy's face like, oh, cup of tea time.
I'm gonna have
Can
a
we all
little
just
bit
thank
of
Pete
cheese.
for being on the show?
Thank you,
Thank you,
Pete. Thank you.
Pete.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
guys.
And you can find a bunch of articles written by him and on Goonhammer.com, which is, I have not said, by the way, I think Goonhammer is an amazing service for everyone in the community, so I think that's great.
Yeah.
And also, I should follow up by saying you can also listen to Pete on Old World Charmed if you're an Old World curious
Hey.
person.
And maybe one day we'll find out about his bibelog.
Well, I think that could be the Patreon
Bibli-
episode.
Bibli-
Yeah, I'm
The
thinking.
Biblicalogicals.
I'm thinking that could be Patreon.
yeah, for
We
sure.
ask him questions about Jesus.
Jesus and the apocalypse.
man, going back 20 years.
I've never seen Jesus and God in the same room. That's a lie.
that's
I have.
weird.
But I have
Yeah.
seen Jesus with a machine gun.
Anyway,
Nice.
thank
See
you
you
for
all
coming on
soon.
our Juggz
Backshot alley.
feet.
Bye.
See you on the
Bye, everyone.
stars.
Bye, 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 bye.